Hello, everybody.
Very, very nice hello. And I have a feeling Akujin's muted on our end, and that's why we can't hear him. Because he didn't interrupt your hello or anything.
No, he didn't. He's been very quiet.
It does not seem right.
I was trying to be polite.
Oh!
Aw.
Fair
You know what?
play.
I
Fair play
like
to
that
you, sir.
attitude. Well done. Good
That
boy.
is very generous. I didn't see that coming from you. So,
Just out of curiosity, Dogger, have you ever
uh-huh.
been on a winning streak, dancing in the street with nothing left to eat, going out in style?
Not with nothing left to eat. I think I did dance in the street when I was a teenager once, really, but not sure if that counts as the same thing.
I mean, I don't mean to shit in anyone's cereal, but I swear to God, some of the shit that we listen to sometimes. Not that saying that my shit, the stuff that I like, is any better, because it's not. But man, sometimes music is just some nonsensical bullshit that just sounds good put to a beat.
Well, that's
You
kind of
know,
how media works, right?
if someone's shitting in your cereal, you're not going to end up with much food left to eat.
Well,
That's a good waste of food.
Some people say protein's protein.
depends.
There's a horrible, horrible segment of people who are very into that.
I don't
Well,
think there's
it's
that
not
much
about a
protein in
segment of
shit.
people. I mean, I watched something yesterday. There is, and this is still used. There is legitimately an area of medicine where eating feces is involved.
What?
It was developed back
So,
in the Middle Ages, and it is still used today. Just the methods have changed. To deal with a really irritable gastrointestinal lining or whatever, back in the old days, what they do is they would take somebody's shit, they'd water it down, and they'd make you drink the glass. And that was supposed to be a cure for what ails the tummy.
okay, so
Now,
someone one day was like, okay, my stomach hurts. I'm going to drink some shit.
I am unaware as to how they discovered this gem. However, the theory behind it was so correct that it is still used today. In modern science, no, mind you.
Get the fuck out.
Except
that
that
it worked.
today, instead of having you drink the poop, what they'll do is they'll insert a feeding tube down your throat or give you a colonoscopy. What the thing is trying to remedy is an imbalance in intestinal bacteria, whether that be through some sort of disease or through overuse of antibiotics. But shit ain't right in your gut because your bacteria is all out of balance. So one of the cures, is somebody else's doo-doo.
The worst.
And
Couldn't
this
they
is
just
still used today in Western medicine. The only difference is
couldn't,
instead of making you drink a glass of shit, they inject it into you surgically because we're civilized and more advanced than
couldn't you
those kind
just
of
make a pill that contains the bacteria?
We could do that. Why don't we do that?
Oh
Do a
well,
little capsule.
that would be heretical.
Ugh.
That does sound kind of heretical.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
That's heretical to the poo cult.
There are times where I really think just. How did you end up on that trail of knowledge, by the way?
I was watching
Well, he was eating his own poo.
I was watching I watched a random thing yesterday.
Oh, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
You learned about that. Oh,
Yeah,
thank God.
it was a thing that's 5 medieval medical treatments that actually worked.
I think that popped up in my. I think I've seen that video pop up a few times.
Well,
Oh,
you
go-
missed
go
out on
ahead,
the
go
gem,
ahead.
sir.
I don't know if I did, but okay.
That's absolutely revolting. Thank you.
Isn't it? Isn't it though? My time to watch YouTube videos, it tends to be whenever I sit down, there's something to eat, want to eat a snack or something. So I'll look at a YouTube video for a few minutes whenever I'm having a bite. Oh, so
Wasn't-
glad
wasn't-
that didn't happen.
Everything on YouTube is shit anyway. I mean, at least this doesn't pretend to be something it's not.
It's
That's
the literal shit.
fucking horrific.
I didn't wake up today and go, maybe I'll find out about some medieval thing remedy that they still use where people eat their own shit.
Oh, you don't eat your own shit because it doesn't
Oh, you
contain the
don't eat
right
your own
bacteria. You need to eat somebody else's shit.
Oh, you have to eat someone else's shit, so it's you don't even get the thing of, well, hey, at least
No, this
I
isn't
made
even
this.
Bear Grylls. All right. You gotta eat somebody else's dookie.
That's even more disgusting. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow that's even more disgusting. I mean, dookie, pretty fucking disgusting. Someone else's dookie, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's a medicine and a fetish.
Ah,
I mean,
fuck.
what else can you put in that category?
Okay.
Up until
Probably
now,
a lot of
Kairu-
things,
Up
actually.
until now, Kairu had forgotten that it was actually a fetish to eat your own shit. Thank you, Akujin.
Well, or other people's. Same deal.
Still, Kairu would have forgotten this.
So, everyone,
we-
welcome back to the Kumite.
Welcome back.
Uh,
Yeah. Did you miss us? Did you really
No.
fucking miss us?
Oh, it's fucking awful. This is maybe the most horrific opening conversation that we've ever had. Ever.
We needed to get in all the horrible shit that Akujin would have said
I mean, like,
when we were away, all in one go.
we ended with the worst shit ever. One show like a week ago. It's like blood pancakes and it was the fucking worst. I was like, you know what? Let's try to top that with the opening.
You know what? We've not had enough poo.
We've got to start strong.
Well, you did. You did. Were there any other medical practices that stood the test of time, quite like drinking your own feces? Because, of course,
Well, nothing quite like that, but yeah, there was a
Oh,
few of them.
nothing stood that.
Yeah, there was 4 other ones, but none quite like that. I mean,
Ah.
that took the brown cake.
Oh,
Oh no.
okay, I'm gonna
But
read
you know,
ads now.
leeches.
Leeches.
Leeches still being used in modern medicine. They are attached to reattached limbs because their saliva stops the clotting of blood. So they're still used in modern medicine. I can't remember the name of it. It has a technical name, but it's basically a hole in the head.
A lobotomy.
No, it's not a lobotomy.
Oh no, I
They like if you
Yeah,
have some
they-
sort of brain
they-
injury, they will put a hole in your head to alleviate the swelling so you don't fucking die. And they found
I've heard of that.
yeah, it has a specific name that I can't remember right now.
I've seen that, and one way that because of course, they're not going to leave it completely open. So one thing that they used to do is sometimes that they'd put a candle, like a small candle, in the hole
What?
and light it, just so that the wax melted and covered the hole.
Well,
What?
I'm not joking. That's actually a thing.
I feel like I've heard of that, but I don't. I want that to be some goofy shit that isn't actually real.
It's actually it's real.
All right.
I have seen some old preserved skulls that have still had like parts of wax candles in them from that.
Another one is
Now.
the use of maggots.
Oh, all right. All right. What do they do that with? I know it's used to eat away some rotting flesh. I know
That's
that
exactly
they're
what
used.
it's used for.
Okay, so that's what it's for. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They do a surprisingly very good job at that. I mean, naturally these days,
Yeah.
they I don't know what term is to say how they're hygienically raised or whatever, they're sterile or whatever. You
Oh,
know,
they
not
have
raised in rotting feces.
hygienic maggots.
Yeah, corn-fed
that-
maggots.
Mm.
You know, grass-fed or whatever. But
Well,
Only
you've got
a
your
little
bit.
battery farm maggots, and then you've got your free range maggots.
they do an amazing job. Because, yeah,
gotta-
when they come out, they're just voracious. As soon as they're born, from the second they're born, they're just eating machines.
We gotta quit
And
doing the
when
show at
placed in a
lunchtime.
wound, they will only eat the dead flesh.
Whew. Harrowing, isn't it?
Fucking weird.
Harrowing. Godard had thrown in and said, I have to get up to do something for work, and I come back to eating poop. This is one of those days, isn't it? Well, apparently. Danny had thrown through, said, glad to see the boys. Appreciate. What a nice thing to say. Did you notice how Danny, he said something rounded about nice there? But then you have Godard saying something nice too. And it's almost like people saying all these nice things. And then Akujin's like, guys, I
Who?
learned about people drinking their own shit.
Well, to be fair, it's not what I opened with. I opened with music.
Fine.
I don't even remember how we got on this, to be honest.
I don't know how you got us
You
on
don't
this.
remember?
You
No.
fucking started this. Jesus.
I think it was you.
I'm sure it was me. I'm just saying I don't remember how it happened.
You know, we're all saying hello, and then basically it's just you come out, just fucking walk into the middle of the conversation and go, did you know that if you drink your own shit, it makes irritable bowel go away?
Well, not irritable bowel
bowel.
syndrome, but yeah.
Whew.
That's used for gastrointestinal microbacterial balance.
Microbacteria.
Bacterial imbalance.
He knows every bit of it's microbacterial gastrointestinal balance. It's not a big deal. He knows all that. He's very proud of this video he watched. He is. I learned something today, dude. As soon as we're doing a show, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, see, the internet
He brought
didn't
something
rot
to
in
the
my
table.
mind. Alright,
Are you
I
sure?
got an edumacation.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Akujin is educated.
Educated. I'm very, I'm very glad that you brought something to the table. You did not come empty-handed, Akujin, and that's,
You did well. We're proud of you.
yeah.
Kind of.
He showed up with a topic. Hell of a topic.
It was a topic.
Yeah. Glad that
I
happened.
was just as surprised as you guys. I'm like,
Oh, we're
yeah. I'm like, fuck off. Nuh-uh. He's taking the
start
piss.
researching.
And he was not taking the piss. He was taking the shit. But he was still serious. And correct.
Amazing. Still serious and correct. Okay. All right, I'll go with you.
Fucking.
Wow. We learned. So there's
We're
that.
learning.
We're learning. I'm sure everybody is glad their minds have been expanded and they won't feel like their minds being rotted by watching this particular thing on their internet. Though they probably will feel like that. And they'd be justified in doing such. I mean, they could have used that hard drive space in their mind for something completely different and
Like
way more
what?
useful.
They would have squandered it on fucking cat videos or something.
They would have squandered it on cat videos. You have a very
Video's
low
pretty
opinion.
good though.
That's a very low opinion you have. Well, Kairu, he would jump in. He's all about the cat video life. But other than Kairu, that's not fair to people. There's plenty of people that read books. They digest all kinds of media of all different sorts, right?
I also do that.
They do.
Well, yeah, I just
They do.
spoke about digestion.
Just feels we're
Digesting
going
media
we're going to
and
have a hard
digesting
time.
digestite.
Yeah. We're gonna have a hard time today. I already feel it. So it's okay. It's okay. Oh, hold on. Godar said I'm gonna draw something from the stream again, but I'm deciding to not after the opening. Well, I don't know if we'll get away from the opening, so it's a good thing that you've reserved that for today. You may want to skip today. Let Akujin get all of his fecal knowledge out, and then we'll talk about something probably a lot more fun to draw than what would likely turn into a sequel to Mr. Hanky. Anybody? You're a South Park fan. You remember Mr. Hanky, yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. He loves
You
me
like
and
that
I
one?
love you.
There you go. So, yeah, let's yeah, get it all out of your system today. All right, all of your digestion jokes, get them out today. Today is the day. So you can't contaminate every other show with feces. Not gonna be allowed. All right, can't do
Today's
it.
the day that we wade through the shit of the internet.
And the sewer. The sewer. What would you say is probably the most detrimental media that you've seen? You can't bring up that video again because you've already said that it taught you something, so it can't be that one. What is
Comic
the
book.
most detrimental media that you think you've digested so far in your consumption and all that?
Detrimental? I mean, that's very subjective. I mean, there are some things that like misinformation from the mainstream media that completely confuse you as to what you believe is actually going on in the world, where you're actually being lied to and bent over and getting fucked. And then there are some
Yeah.
like drama shit on YouTube that just it makes you get wrapped up in something that is so completely irrelevant to your life or anything in it that you just become dumber as a person. And then there are things that scar you for life, like Two Girls, One Cup. So you gotta kind of narrow it down for me a bit.
Which one do you think has been the biggest problem? Would you rather be scarred for life? Would you rather be bogged down? Would you rather be dumbed down? Would you rather?
Well, to be honest, I think that misinformation is the largest problem.
That's the worst one.
Yeah, because you know the people. Look, yes, the dumbing down of society is a major problem, but for those that aren't already stupid, they're misled. So I think that is far more destructive because it takes the people that aren't stupid and puts them on the wrong track.
All right.
And especially when it's touted as, the truth, the unequivocal, undeniable. If you say anything other than this, then you are not only insane, but we will get rid of your channel. Truth.
Is this the moon landing thing again? Wait, no, get rid of the channel. Is it? All right. Moon landing, COVID, CNN, or fake news is somewhere in here, isn't it?
It's around that
Some
area, yeah.
Okay, I was one. All right, I thought I knew. All right, cool. I just get my understanding pants on. All right, don't look at me like that.
Put on pants, Tonka.
All right, so I don't know, Kyrie, what do you think is the most detrimental nonsense you've ever watched?
That's a hard question.
That's a good answer, Kara.
That is a good
Yeah.
answer.
I actually can't think really of an answer to that because there's just so much shit that's just
Dumb, detrimental, useless.
dumb, boring, fucking no fucking point to it whatsoever. Stuff that actively serves to fucking just degrade society and everything. Stuff that accidentally does it. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really any one form of media that does it. It's all
No, not
forms of
one.
media,
Not
just different
necessarily a
sides of the
form.
same form. No?
You wouldn't have to go with a form or anything, but you could genre, whatever you
Well, you could
would
say
want
that
to land on.
sports.
Hmm?
You could say that sports.
I
is
know a
very
lot of people would
dangerous
say
genre.
sport. I know a lot of people would say sports are very detrimental.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I don't think so because of your like. I'm not talking about from a health perspective of the people that compete.
well,
I'm
that's
talking
what I would
about
be
as
talking about.
entertainment and distraction for the masses. Opiate of the people type of deal.
No, I would go at it definitely from the health standpoint. All right, like right now, doctors are actually. I was reading up about this shit. Had a lot of free time in a waiting room, so I got to read some things. And doctors are actually coming up with a test now to where they would be able to diagnose CTE before you're dead. Okay, that can change everything you watch sports wise. Like everything. Because they're not going to let you play anything if you have CTE. You're not going to be allowed to wrestle, fight, like basketball, football, hockey, any fucking thing, boxing. You're done. All right, if you have CTE, then you're
They'd
not.
probably end up doing it so that might end up having it so it's like you'd tests every so often, like maybe every half a year or something to
Oh, it's
make sure
very
that
likely. It's very every time somebody gets a concussion, they're gonna have to go get checked for that shit for damn
Yeah.
sure if they can get it going. But here's what I think is
and
going to be
then
the
notice the early signs and they'll cut you off.
no, there's going to be a way bigger problem here. What happens when we start realizing that people are getting CTE when they're still in fucking high school? There's going to be a point where they're going to end up banning the shit for kids. Kids won't be
Yep.
able to play sports. This is going to
That's
big stab to a bunch of things.
That's already been the
Scholarship market, all
case
that shit.
in a lot of schools. A lot of schools in a lot of places around the world have banned full contact sports.
Ban contact sports, yeah.
Yeah. When I was in school, all contact sport, complete ban, you couldn't do it.
All right. Well, yeah, that would be where I would have like the biggest issue with sports. But I guess like you have the issue with it being a distraction for people. Like for me, isn't that like every kind of everything? Like every medium of everything you want. Like you watch it for the distraction, right? Like you're agreeing to be distracted for a while, and you enter into that agreement with that piece of media. That's what it's there for, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, sports isn't
Use
the
that
only
to
thing.
distract you from the troubles around you.
Everyone's got their own distraction. Everyone, whether it be games or whatever. People just want to escape reality. because life can be pretty. I get it.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm just saying, it's like the distraction thing. Well, that would be that's media as a whole. The thing with sports is that you're throwing all kinds of people out there and really giving like no kind of good example. There's a college athlete that a lot of people know of. He was very good. He's a very good talker, but he's paralyzed now, and he was going to be probably a very big deal in the NFL, but he got paralyzed in school, so he never made a penny off his talent. Now, other people made money off of him, putting him in video game or something, putting him, selling his jersey, shit like that. But you're not allowed to make money when you're in college playing sports. So plenty of people made money off of him, but he didn't get to make any money from his talent. Now I think he's a correspondent of some kind. I don't know if he's a commentator, an announcer. I don't know what he does, but he calls football to a degree. He may be an interviewer. I don't know. I can't fucking remember.
I
But
always thought that was such a fucking crock of shit. Like everyone's
what?
allowed to make money off you, but you, because that would
Yeah,
be.
it's dog shit.
I mean, like schools, they can probably sell a jersey with your name on it. You can't sell that. You can't make
do
any money off
anything.
it. You
Well,
don't even
we
get
wouldn't
paid.
want to exploit them. We wouldn't want them to exploit themselves, so we'll exploit them on their behalf. Which is basically what
Kinda.
it amounts to.
Absolutely.
It's kind of with the promise that someone will pick you up one day or whatever. It is what it is, but I think that's the problem. But again, it's about pretty much the same thing every other kind of media is, but it just chews people up and spits them out in a different kind of way than in the Hollywood way or the music industry way. It has its own way of doing it, where in a lot of ways it takes its toll on those people's quality of life later on. So there's problems with all entertainment for fucking sure. And the distraction element you're talking about, like that's the overarching problem with most of it. All right, like it's all a distraction from what you have to make sure that you're doing what you need to do all that, and then you can be distracted.
Well,
I got that.
People go to work, fucking 40 hours a week, and they just want a break from. They want to come
Yeah.
home, they want to be entertained, they don't want to have to worry about this, that.
All right.
A lot of people don't want to be political, they don't want to know what's going on in the rest of the world, what the government's up to. I don't know how many people here know that, the Middle East is, again, on the verge of war. What's been happening in Israeli Palestine, Gaza, over the past 3 days. Because a lot of people are just too busy. And when they do get some free time, how do you want to spend it? All right, do you want to spend it, going through this nightmare, the shit, or would you like a pleasant distraction that allows you a brief respite from the daily grind?
See, hey, that is a perfect example of what I would have said is probably the worst form of media. Social media. I think that's by far the worst. Think about this, Akujin.
That's definitively made
15
people
years ago. No,
antisocial.
15 years ago, would you have known much of fuck about what's going on in Gaza?
15 years ago, yes, because I read paper.
Well, sure, but is there an endless stream of 9 million fucking videos being shoveled in your face 15 years ago? Is there an endless stream of 9 million different motherfuckers tweeting out the same fucking thing over and over to each other 15 years ago?
No. No, there
You have
wasn't. There
an
wasn't
endless stream of content for whatever you want to fucking obsess about. It's endless. Right?
Yeah, there wasn't the oversaturation of information. There wasn't the overabundance of topics. If something was going to be an issue, it usually had to be kind of big and important. So all the meaningless stuff ended up getting whittled out for the more important stuff.
Well, that depends on who thinks is important. And even past that, depends on a bunch of other things, right? Think about how, like, fucking. It's kind of hard because I don't think any of us, well, none of us were alive back then. But let me check something real quick. Hey, Les, were you alive in like the 30s?
Unfortunately, I just barely missed that decade. So.
See, I didn't think you made it. I was gonna check though. I was gonna
No.
check.
I didn't quite make it that far back.
All right,
Couple
so
of years off.
we're all gonna have to just kind of round and about imagine it, but think about what it would have been like then for something to be happening in fucking Gaza. It would literally be impossible for you to care.
Yeah, it would end up being a blurb like in a
You
newspaper
wouldn't know.
2 weeks later.
Yeah, like, and again, this isn't something where it's like, oh, there's human suffering that you turn a blind. It's not that. You can feel a way about it once you're informed about it. However, remember, it's across the planet. What are you gonna do? You gonna go enlist in one of the two sides? No? Okay. Are you gonna torture your fucking family and your friends at the fucking dinner table? Probably. Maybe reconsider. So, I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
Well,
It's perfectly fine to feel
are
a
you
way.
talking about today? What are you going to do
Well, no,
about it?
Well, I'm talking about pretty much anybody. It
Well,
would have
you-
been like
you
today,
could-
or
you
I
could
guess
apply
back then on
political
those two
pressure
things.
to people that are, supporting said regimes.
Today's a completely different character than even it was 30 years ago. I mean, in the early 80s, the U.S. got kind of involved over in that part of the woods there, and there was the whole situation in Lebanon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. There was the bombing of the embassy in Lebanon, killed all the Marines. Well, all that stuff was going on, and and it was news, and it was topical, and I remember people talking about it around the dinner table and stuff like that, but it just didn't have the impact. I know right before I came in, you guys were talking about how it's just a saturated market, and there's
Okay,
just
I
this
was so worried he was going to mention drinking poop.
Yeah, no, we're not going down that road. No,
It was saturated with poop.
it was saturated with fertilizer.
He was like, right before I came in here, I heard you guys were talking about drinking poop. Oh, God.
No, not that. No.
You're good.
No,
You're
we were
good.
sitting around the dinner table, drinking poo, talking about the embassy.
Talking about all that other shit, But no, I mean that's but that's the thing. Back then, it just it was a topic. You talked about it. You might even have an opinion on it, but it wasn't going to be something that caused the end of family fights were because your uncle got drunk and tried to start fights with his in-laws or something. That was the topics that got like fists going. Nowadays, people just look at each other wrong, and people are going off the
They
deep end.
shit bricks and start fucking fighting, disown each other, and never want to see each other again. They think that
family
the
therapy,
fucking worst. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Whole fucking nine.
The
Over some
idea
shit
that
about some people you don't even
find
know.
out who their family voted for and then stop talking to them based on that is insane.
I've had, I kid you not, I have a aunt, and I don't really talk to my dad's side of the family very much, but she was like, "Oh, you're on Facebook and here," and this was just, I don't know, maybe 2015 or so. Within a year, she kind of just quietly just left Facebook, got rid of me off of her Facebook, and it was just because of the simple fact that I was being a smartass. I mean, I don't really have a political side, but I said some things that apparently she didn't agree with, and instead of just ignoring it or saying, "Oh, he's just being a goofy troll" or whatever, she unfriended me, and I haven't talked to her since. I'm like, wow, that's pretty neat.
That's just Leslie's being an asshole again.
Hey, just like his dad. That's why I don't like my brother. Yeah.
It's a shame.
But I mean, it's crazy.
Is that something that would have happened before social media? Again, that's another thing that happens with it. All of a sudden, conversations that would have never even happened. You end up having with people across the fucking planet that any other time you would have had a great relationship with them through your life because you would have seen them maybe 9 times.
Yep. You'd have seen them at a family function, and everybody talks about all the wonderful things in life.
Yeah.
I think there was
Like,
always
that's
some
it.
topics and some people where, yeah, people would be hypersensitive and get whipped up into a hyper frenzy around certain topics, especially like if you came from like a religious family or whatever. Like,
Mhm. Religion, politics are 2 of the favorites that get people to this point.
Yeah.
But it's like this with almost anything. Like right now. All right, this is you had brought up the thing going on with Gaza earlier. People are fucking dragging each other over their opinions about how something across the planet is happening. Now, have opinions, sure. Go ahead. Whatever. But people over disagreeing about this, they're fucking dragging each other. All right, the girl who played Wonder Woman.
Oh, good grief.
Right? I don't watch those. I don't give a fuck about those. Not a fan. But
Gal
she's
Gadot.
getting dragged.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting dragged, and she served for the Israeli military. She's from there. She's getting
Yep.
dragged for this really neutral, peaceful message she kind of put out there. Like I read over it. You
It
can
was-
tell there's
dude, it
no
was a-
maliciousness anywhere in this thing. It's nothing.
It was
But
so
people are
fucking
furious.
milk toast. It was basically, oh, every side needs to stop hurting each other, yada yada yada. Like she took
Yeah.
no side, really. She just said, "Oh, peace. We should have peace, yada yada. Every person should have the right to live."
Yeah.
Or some bullshit like that. And
Yeah,
she's
it's
getting
whatever.
railed over it.
Yeah, she's double over that shit. So
People are like, cancel Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they are.
I'd be fine with that. I don't give a fuck about Wonder Woman. I'm just saying it's fucking. I'm not gonna have an opinion over some lady wanting peace from a place she came from. That's not something I can be angry with someone about. It's fucking
How dare
insane.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy talk. You can't get mad at that. I guess you can. The social medias are pretty good proof that you can, but you're a fucking fool.
Isn't this part of the whole social media air quotes problem though? That
Yes.
celebrities have become mouthpieces for what dictate how society should be run. Oh, what does
maybe.
what
True.
does this person say? Oh, Ellen DeGeneres said this, or Oprah said this.
Not anymore.
It's kind of a bigger problem than people are wanting to acknowledge. And people have had a problem with their fucking idol worship shit.
Yeah,
And
fucking
it was-
celebrities have become the gods of the 21st century. And they are a fucking poor replacement for the old gods.
Well, you can say that, but you can go meet these and they can retweet you. So if you stay attached to your social media and you keep spamming shit at this fucking person, well, they might retweet you. And now you're validated. Now your life
That
matters.
may be one of the worst parts about it.
Oh, it's brutal.
I mean, if you're fucking basing your life around seeking validation from an account on the internet, you have no life. You have
Well,
nothing
What
worth living
if
for.
can you imagine if it was like fucking Charlton Heston or something? No, you could be like, fucking Moses retweeted me. It'd be the shit. Or Ben Hur. You'd be like, man, Ben Hur just hooked me up, man.
maybe there's also something to I don't know. I see the celebrities that we had when I don't know when we were younger is much cooler, but maybe that that could just be fucking I see the celebrities from this era as better because I enjoyed that era of celebrities, but that could just be a matter of taste.
I think they
No,
were probably the same. I mean, if you
just
think
weren't
about it,
better. I mean, Bill
Well-
Murray.
Okay,
It's a gift
we're
to
all from
humanity.
around. All right, hold on though, Kairu. Are we being correct or are we all being old?
Go ahead and
No,
say it. We're being
you-
old.
I mean, you are being old. You naturally are.
I
But
think there's
also
there's another thing to this. Our people weren't perpetually tweeting at us.
No.
I have no idea who Bill Murray votes for, what his political affiliations are, what he thinks about the war in Palestine, what he thinks about women's rights. I just know that he's a comedian, he's a great one, he's a great actor. That's fucking exactly what he is supposed to be doing.
You like that he
God
stays in his
bless
wheelhouse.
Bill Murray.
I like celebrities when they know when to shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Well, that's asking a lot.
No, yeah, these days that would
But
be
again, hey, they're people. They're pretty much just regular people. Regular people don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Most of them anyway. Some people do, but
Obviously,
hey,
I don't know
when they
to
can shut the fuck up, I'm going to appreciate you a little bit more.
Oh, that's how we end up talking about drinking poop. But it's fine.
Yeah, that's why I don't appreciate Akujin, because he doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Akujin's beautiful.
There was something
I'm glad someone thinks so.
that put me into this this mode of bringing this up today. Now, I'm going to hand you something, Akujin, but I want you to blur this cat's name. All right? I'm going to give it to you. Blur the name of the person. Because this is the kind of shit that the internet forces you into.
Uh-oh. Oh, and by the way, yes, Yen. You get to hear me. I got to hear Yen's voice the other day.
Have you never heard her
stream.
before?
No, not until then. I
Oh.
was like, oh, check that out. So, yeah, role reversal now.
Yeah, she's
Her
good.
voice is just as small as she is. It is great.
It's incredible. I was like, is that Yen?
Yeah, she's a gangster.
She is gangster.
She's a gangster little German lady.
Also, there's two things that I have seen. I want to make sure that I got them. We have from Krubu. Damn it. Where is it? Couldn't find it. It's Akujin does a great Cat Williams impression. I want to check on that in a second.
No, you
And
don't.
Carlin Kale
Wow.
said, any hot takes on the Oreo getting friend zoned because I still find it funny. It is impossible to have a hot take about something a year old.
I was going to say that.
You can't do it. That's not how that works. That would
that
be.
shit's been getting freezer burn in the freezer for a few months.
That's
hasn't it?
freezer burn take. Frozen. What is the past tense of freezer burn?
Freezer burnt.
I'll
Freezer
go with
burnt or frozen burnt?
that. I'd like to
Freezer
take
burnt.
Freezer burnt.
Freezer burnt? Okay.
Yes.
I haven't thought about this. Okay. All right. I know there is a
Freezer
past tense.
has no
of freezer
past
burnt.
tense. It is an object.
Ah. Got it.
Sergio brings up a good point. You can save your take in a Tupperware.
Taperware.
People.
Burp that shit.
Hmm.
Okay, so.
Tupperware.
Are you still there? He didn't die, did he?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. All right, you read that?
No, I
just
scrolled through it. Well, I glanced over it as I was redacting names.
Redactions.
okay. This was on a community tab.
Oh, Lord.
Give that a read, Kairu. Read it out loud.
Okay.
This is the thing someone said. Put this on fucking YouTube. Community tab.
If any sign of relief is showing, I'ma delete the story time. My recent live stream and the community post saying, I'll kill myself, and post with a poll saying, should I just quit YouTube? But if you can you spam Flight Reacts, my Flight Reacts, Madden 21 type beat? Do that, and if he reacts to it, I'll delete anything that has to do with suicide, quitting YouTube, and I'll eat again. What?
Oh, come on now.
Come
What in
on!
the actual
I'm sorry,
fuck?
what? Come on! Come on, man.
This is where we're at?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if this guy reacts to you spamming the guy, I'm not gonna die.
I'll stop holding my breath. What the fuck?
That's what I was gonna say. He quit eating. He didn't quit
Well,
eating.
quit water until you react.
Watch my fucking YouTube from the
Fucking what the fuck, man?
That's broke.
That's fucking way broke.
That's broke. That is just fucking broken people. They're not thinking right. This isn't how you think.
Yeah, this ain't right.
You are not. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
Somebody needs.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, wake up! Wake up now! Come on now!
You can't do this. You can't post that.
You can.
I don't know, man. Hey, can't YouTube will fuck you up.
Well, he
Where's
made sure
YouTube?
to replace the U's with V's and the
very-
I's with apostrophes, so he's gonna be safe.
He's good.
Dude. I think about that kind of shit. I just
Please, people, spam somebody
What
about my message, or I'm gonna starve.
how do you interact with your media to where you get at that point?
At that point, you need to, yeah, somebody, a family member, a friend, a doctor, somebody needs to say, "Hey, it's time to take a break."
I don't mean to sound old or anything, but you remember the good old days when people used to starve themselves over, the Chinese occupation of Taiwan or something.
Well,
The
yeah.
Tibetans, being slaughtered, something like that. There used to be a valid reason for people to behave like this. Well, they at least had.
I don't know if
message
there's
that
a
you could
valid
understand.
reason.
When
I
people
don't
were
know if-
trying to
yeah.
make a statement where, okay, I'm going to incur some sort of harm upon myself, to highlight some sort of issue. It was an important issue, right?
Yeah, when Gandhi just quit eating because he was like, "You people need to stop being violent." Okay, there you
Wait.
That
wait.
that's an issue that you can say is important. You
Hold-
can understand.
Yeah. I was again. I don't know if we want. Do we want to put this on that kind of level, even close to like? Is this that, or is this more of a child tantrum kind of thing where you're just?
It's a fucking bitch child tantrum
This
to
looks
try
like
and convince people to spam him so that someone on the fucking internet will look at his shit and go, wow, okay. Because of course there's React in it, which means that hey, it's probably going to be one of those fucking low effort fucking reaction channels like fucking everything is these days. So it's just going to be like, oh wow, yeah, wow, this is cool, thank you. And hey, you threatened to kill yourself over that fucking just for that reaction. Fuck off.
Yeah, I was in no way saying that this guy is in any way comparable to the other issues that I meant. I brought up. I was just saying. Remember the good old days when
No, fair.
Do you remember the good old days when people used to say, I'm gonna kill myself, and then they actually would?
Man,
Not sure if that's necessarily that, but whatever.
Maybe
people
that's
would,
the wrong way to word it.
They would mean it for something other than someone didn't watch my YouTube video.
yeah, you didn't see my
Yes,
stuff
it was,
that I put.
that was
10
my
It would
point.
be for a reason of something happening.
Things like this used to be over something of importance, whether it be world peace or
Yeah.
massacres or of people or
World
the
issues.
bears.
The bears.
Yeah.
The bears.
Your
World
favorite
issues
pet
and the
chicken
bears.
just died, You don't feel like you want life without them, not over some fucking video from a reaction channel.
I don't know. That's some hardcore pining. That's some fucking hardcore pining. And it's fine for someone
Now-
to want, their stuff they made to be acknowledged or whatever. Sure. But fuck.
Hey,
That's
dial a
not
friend.
okay.
Dial a friend. Hey, how's
Yeah.
this doing? How's this look?
Yeah, you can't let yourself get so fucking entrenched in it that you're like, I'm going to write a community post on my YouTube
No,
channel.
this is sad.
And I'm going
This is sad.
I'm going to put a guilt trip on the world, the likes of which you have never seen before and may never see again.
I would say that this is worse than that. I would say that this is actually egregious.
Why would this one be egregious?
It's just fucking disgusting behavior. You are
A
literally
bit
mad at
overly manipulative.
You are mad at someone, so you are trying to use, things that there are legitimate problems with in society, like eating disorders, like suicide, yada yada. People struggle with those every day, and you're trivializing them by using them as an emotional cudgel in order to get people to react to a post.
Wait though. Okay. Wait. I'm not. Do you get this being him mad at somebody? Like I don't know if I get that.
I
when
don't
read
see
this.
it as him being mad. I see it as he wants some channel.
This looks desperate. I don't
This
like
is
it.
desperation.
Do
This
you
is
see
channel
attention.
anger
to
in
give him
there?
attention. That's what I see.
What?
I see.
Hold on. What makes you think? What makes you think that he's angry when you read it? Because I may have just not seen it that way, but I'll hear you out. I will hear it. Why do you think he's angry? Oh shit. Akujin there?
Me?
I don't know.
Yeah, you
I
were being
didn't
asked.
say I think he was angry.
Well, yeah, you said that he was mad.
No, I said I'm mad.
Okay. I thought you said that when you read this was a guy who was angry because, and then you explained that he all that stuff. I didn't. All right, I must have
I
misunderstood.
said that
You.
his
Okay.
thing made me mad because of all the things that
Okay.
he's doing and how he's trivializing those problems, yada yada yada.
Okay.
This is just a pathetic scumbag that is begging for attention.
Yeah, this is
it's
desperation.
makes okay. That makes sense. That makes more sense. I don't know. He's let himself get to a weird place where he is making videos and demands that somebody sees it, and if they don't see it, then damn it, we're gonna fucking emotionally manipulate the fuck out of people. God damn it.
You also have to sit there and think, how is it that we? Because I mean, obviously, it's a societal deal. This, I'm telling you right now, if somebody had pulled this shit, if their social media had been around in years ago, people would have just looked at this and said, seen it for what it was, and would have been like, what? But obviously, he feels that this is like the right thing to do. He, she, whoever it is. I mean, I don't know, but how is it that society's gotten to the point where this is what you've got to do to garner attention from some strange person you've never met on the internet?
How is this person not in the stockades, having rotten tomatoes thrown at them? Being a jackass.
I
in a
don't think we
public
have
nuisance.
those anymore.
We need to bring them back for some people. They never hurt
Something.
anyone. Social shaming never hurt anyone.
Social shaming never hurt any.
Well, that's what the stockades was. It was a social punishment for behaving like a jackass and acting in some sort of way that was not necessarily violent or harmful, but not
This one seems
conducive
more like
to-
someone. This seems like someone who just needs to be told, "Shut up, go away." You put him in the stockades, and he'll be out there talking about how he's been persecuted.
He can talk about whatever he wants. Every time he opens his mouth, he's going to get hit with a rotten tomato.
Don't be coming to Akujin's doorstep with this shit.
Oh,
You're gonna get some fucking vegetable matter thrown at you.
so do you think this is something that that's more rare or prevalent?
God, I hope it's rare.
It is not rare.
It's not rare.
It is extremely more prevalent in today's society because of things like social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've experienced personally this type of stuff in my life, but I've experienced it on a scale of one person. Alright, I had a crazy ex-girlfriend. If you leave me, I'll fucking kill myself.
Right.
You know, so
It's that.
yeah, but that was a very limited and encased situation. This is being thrown out to
that's much more
whoever.
emotionally attached kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the same tactic being thrown out to hit hundreds of people.
Cast out with a wide net. Did Akujin die? Is he
No.
okay? The fuck?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm still here. What?
Akujin?
What? What?
Uh-oh.
Is
What?
it?
Uh-oh.
Did he die?
No, he
He done
didn't
died?
die.
It's okay if he
Akujin,
died.
speak unto us.
Write a message.
Dude, what the fuck?
Look, okay, there he
There
is.
he is.
There he is. In the middle of your sentence, you died. I thought you had a stroke.
No, I was sitting here talking the entire time. My thing was like lighting up the entire time. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you just having a go?
I'm
No,
not having
you
a
wasn't.
go.
No,
I was
cut out.
listening, and then you died.
Yeah, you said that, but I seen that my thing was still
And-
lighting up and my internet hadn't gone out, so I'm like, they take
It was lighting up, but we couldn't hear shit.
Yeah, what Kyrie said.
I had to quit eating lunch and actually just start talking. Is he doing now he's fucking with us, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
McGruff says he's taking the piss.
McGruff's pretty wise about this stuff.
It does seem like he is. He's up to snuff on this.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Mickey.
What happens when you're crime?
That what's going on?
Now? That's what's going on.
The Mickey Mouse, is that what you're going? Okay.
If you people do not type one in the chat, Akujin's not going to talk anymore.
Okay. I don't know if I understand this vote.
I don't either. Well, there. See, look.
No,
Jacob
genius
came
is not often understood until many years after the fact.
Oh.
So they say.
See.
All right, hold on. Rainmaker threw in and said, "LOL, they're having a go with you, Kuji. Trust no one." Okay, that's not what's happening.
Well,
Your
that
Discord-
is what's happening to the chat.
Your
'cause
Discord
they
may
heard
be
me.
having troubles connecting.
My
That may be
Discord.
what's going on. That could be
Maybe
it,
it was
because
your
we're talking to
Discord.
each other. We were talking to each other, though.
Yeah, and everyone
Yeah.
heard everyone except for you hearing me.
Yeah, we
So-
couldn't hear you.
None of us
No, we
heard
couldn't
you.
hear you. No,
Yeah,
I
you were
couldn't hear
gone.
But I wasn't.
You.
I have witnesses.
See, this is that weird shit, isn't it?
He's just
Trying to pull a fast one on.
he's pulling some shit. Which is fine. Which is fine. You can do that.
This is the pharmaceutical industry taking me out because I spilled the beans on poop.
See, I'm glad I missed that earlier, whatever that was. I don't know.
Oh.
Apparently, I missed something.
Hallelujah.
Beans
Yeah.
don't really make you poop. They more make you fart.
What are you? What,
Oh, the magical fruit.
what are you doing?
Beans,
Nothing
good for
good.
your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The more you fart, the more you eat, the more you suck the toilet seat.
Oh, now Thrax has got that song stuck in my head. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Fucking people. You're not wrong though. Wrong. You
Well, I mean, to get back
speaking
on-
facts about beans. So go ahead.
Getting back on the point though, right when Akujin was cutting out, he was explaining, this is more prevalent, and it's the social media thing. And I really wasn't. I mean, I don't see this kind of stuff. I guess I don't peruse as often as I used to, or I should, or whatever. But I'm surprised that this is a prevalent kind of like angle that people take.
Here's the thing. Normal people don't behave like this. But fucking the internet has become like everyone's own personal Jerry Springer show. Where the loudest voice, the craziest voice in the room is the loudest voice in the room. And they're the one that gets the attention.
I don't know if that's Jerry Springer.
Do you know what kind of people do act like this?
Who?
Children.
Assholes. Well,
Oh.
okay, that too.
Real quick, by the way, Gadfly threw in and said, Kyrie was wrong. It's froze or burnt. I'm a writer,
What?
so you're not allowed to question me. It is.
American Gadfly, you are American and therefore wrong.
Wow.
Frozen burnt sounds like a horror story.
Wow. Okay.
I'm all for freezer burnt myself.
I said frozen burnt just because, both are past tense. But I can settle for freezer burnt. That sounds round.
You don't.
Right. But it could be
past
frozen burnt.
tense a noun.
I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. So, let me think. Trying to round it back around because
Now, is this, I mean, because, doing social media, even back in, like, I guess would be pre-Twitter would be like, what, the early 2010s and before.
Yeah,
And
early
I didn't see shit
2000s.
like this. Yeah, or, like message boards and stuff. You didn't see shit like this. At least I didn't. I don't
Yes,
know.
even with message boards, you would start to see a rise in it. The more connected people became, it seems like the more desperate.
Wow.
Trying to get those some kind of connection, some kind of class, some kind of a social standing where they don't see it, in their actual life. They seek it out. They can
There's
constantly.
probably some fuel for the fire right there. Is the social climbing thing.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I guess if you have that connection, if you get that tweet from that particular person or feedback or whatever this person was asking for this person to respond to their videos or whatever.
I saw a weird fucking video, maybe like
wow.
last year, trying to talk about how. Do you remember World of Warcraft and how it blew up in the early 2000s?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I actually was part of that. I remember that.
Well, they were explaining how that was
You were
what
in
that
World of
was.
Warcraft?
I
It
was
was-
one of those orcs.
Yeah, it was a social media to appeal to people who wouldn't really go for social media. That's what
can
that
see that
type
in a
of
way.
game is. It's to get them into the social climbing, to get them invested, to get them into all of those types of things. I never really looked at it like that, but now
I didn't either, but I mean, I guess it makes sense in
I'm-
its own way.
Now I'm kind of fucked up on that. Where it's like, oh yeah, pretty much everything is social media and has some sort of social media aspect built into it these days. There's no real way to escape being connected to everybody and their fucking
Everybody
money. You're
else.
playing like fucking phone video games and like, oh well, look at the score for this person, this person. Who gives a fuck? Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, they also
If I'm not
penalize
mistaken,
you for not having internet friends.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
don't you guys? If I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me, but like a lot of the stuff, like the game platforms, like Xbox and stuff like that, that's all tied in online now, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. To me, it is.
So like the people who typically wouldn't be, they're not gonna tweet out a bunch of pictures and shit like that. They're not going to jump up and down to try to get, their fucking Instagram to blow up or something like that. What they would be into would be getting into a what do you call them in Mortal Kombat? Help me, Les, help me.
Like a raid or something like that. Let's get all together, a
No,
bunch of
that's not.
people.
Well, yeah, kind of, but like
Guild?
the group guild
Yeah,
thing, yeah,
yeah,
guild, a clan, something like
yeah.
that. Do the
Be like a
social
guild
climbing in
leader.
there.
Yeah, be
Yeah.
important.
And it plays up to that aspect in that way, where in life, you're a paper pusher. In life, you're a gardener. In life, you mow lawns or whatever. But
Online, I'm a level 52 bard with plus 3 enchantment.
exactly, that was their entire fucking marketing thing. You remember that shit?
Yeah, I
It
do.
was the whole thing they fucking sold to you.
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, you look at their ads as they expanded, because I mean that game blew up, and as it blew up and it expanded, you started having people. Fuck it, people like Ozzy sitting there advertising for them. And I mean, who the hell doesn't want to go raid something with Ozzy? I mean, I was out of it
Mr.
by then,
T
but I was
was
like, fuck.
advertising it at one point.
Mr. T was advertised. I remember that.
Chuck Norris, Mr. D, they get all kinds of celebrities.
Yeah.
Mohawk
mean-
grenades, summer.
And that was, and you know what? Because I played it for about a year, and I finished up, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm bored. But they were pushing back then that you wouldn't know, you'd be surprised who's playing alongside you, and it wasn't like Mr. T or anything, but it was like
Maybe it
baseball
was.
players and shit. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Maybe you were playing with a professional football player. You
Yeah,
never
that's
know.
kind of that was the
And people are
appeal that
pushing
they
that.
would sell you on.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what they
you
were
don't
pushing.
know who you're there with. It could be that celebrity. So you're doing the social climb, but at the same time, with you going up the ranks of whatever group, guild, whatever you're doing in,
Guild.
as you climb up in those, you begin to, in your mind, you have a different pecking order and social standing that you begin to recognize as something, and that's those who are ranked in certain levels in that guild, and
Yeah.
you want to be toward the top. And you'll see people who are in like fuck, man, there are people who do this shit with everything.
Yeah.
They
Oh yeah, and
do it
even
with
in that game,
fucking
after a while,
everything.
your guild had to get ranked. So the next thing you know, it was you had to spend all kinds of time, building up your guild, so that way you could climb the social rank and be the top guild amongst guilds.
Everything will boil you down to trying to achieve some level of I don't know. You have to just go along and submit yourself to this weird thing of constantly trying to climb random social ladders on a screen, because that's where it is now.
Well, it played
That's
on
where it's
parts
at.
of human nature. Humans,
But
by nature, are tribalistic and want to feel a part. It used to be villages, communities, whatever.
on a
But
screen?
but that's the thing. They tried to move it from interpersonal relationships to online, where it changes the interpersonal relationships that could be beneficial for society, for people, and all the rest of it, to online interpersonal relationships which are meaningless, vacuous, and destructive. It's very rare that uh interpersonal relationships online result in anything good. It does happen, but I think it's
I'm
rare.
not even at that. I'm not even at that level. All right, the level that I'm at on it is how the fuck did they move people's wants, expectations, their dreams, what they look for. How did they manage to move that to a screen? You don't have to do anything. You can just do it on a screen. You don't have to know anybody. You just know people on a screen.
I think that's how it was done. You know, by doing it on the screen, you're removing certain risks and rewards that accompany human interaction.
That's huge right there. I mean, before the internet like really took off, like I can remember, through the 90s, you you went to a social outing, you went to the bar, you went to a ball game, you did whatever, and you're interacting with people out in the real world, and you say the right thing or the wrong thing or something, you might make a friend, you might make an enemy. Online, there's no repercussions, and if there is, you just erase yourself and start over.
Just delete your YouTube channel or change your name or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said before that I think one of the biggest problems with the internet is that it incentivizes people to be as shitty as they can be because there's no repercussions.
Yeah. Once they
And
go back to that post there. And so, I mean, honestly, for that person that wrote that could be just sitting back eating and enjoying themselves and everything's fine. But by putting out what they did and saying, I'm going to starve myself to death unless you people go spam this guy and get him to react, it's gamemanship
and that would have been very, very hard to sell in
back in the day.
in a real life personal interaction. It would have been very difficult for him to sell a group of people on that in person.
Yeah.
But if you cast your net out to the world, you may catch 6 or 7.
Yeah, and those 6 or 7 could catch another
Go
6 or
with that.
7. There's always going to be someone.
Okay.
Also,
that's one big thing.
Any risks of repercussions for his behavior have been removed.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to worry about anybody, telling him what a fool he is to his face or anything. You don't have to do that.
Like if you tried to carry on like this in a personal setting, you would be open to ridicule, you would be open to judgment of your peers,
yeah, you'd get ostracized.
becoming a social outcast, ostracization.
Yeah.
All of those very important social tools that we have developed over the centuries to regulate people's behaviors without using violence or the law have been destroyed by social medias.
It's a bleak way to put it, but it's not necessarily inaccurate. I don't think you're too far off. All right,
Now, can you imagine somebody doing something like this? Like you go to a job site, like maybe I don't know. You go to a construction site where there's just nothing but a bunch of hard ass guys that bust their ass all day long, and you sit down at lunchtime and everybody's gathered around, everybody's opening their lunch pail, and some asshole's like, "Well, I'm not going to eat unless you guys help me, frame up this wall over here." They're all going to laugh, and a couple of them might be like, "Well, cool. Can I have your tools since you're not going to use them?" I mean, people just would be like, "Fuck off."
Well, okay, even in something like that,
At best, they would be like, "Fuck off."
Well, even in something like that, I could see people being like, "Okay, fine, we'll do it," and then because that's something you can knock out before a lunch break. We're talking about something as in the grand something as menial
Irrelevant.
yeah, we're talking about something way different. Like that's talking about getting more of your shit done, right? Like that's something that
Well, no,
will
yeah, I know what
benefit
you're
you.
saying.
You
This is
could
even,
leave
yeah.
earlier.
Unless you guys,
This would be like going to the construction site and the guy saying, "I'm not going to eat unless you guys pass out my mixtape across the street." And it's like, what? Shut up.
Yeah.
That it would be like that. It's no, fuck your mixtape. Busy. I'm getting my food right now. I have to work in a minute. I'm not doing this mixtape fucking fetch quest with you. Fuck off.
Oh, that's the point. That's the point I was trying to make.
No,
The simple fact that yeah, people aren't gonna put up with that shit. And people be like, cool. Can I have your lunch?
Yeah.
If you're not gonna eat it, I'll eat it.
People are drawn to want things that aren't even tangible anymore. Shit that's not real. What is a retweet? What is it?
I'll tell you what.
Does it taste good? Does it feel
good?
good?
Yes, it
It give a
does.
good
Yes, it does.
blowjob.
It absolutely does, and that's why it was designed. These are little dopamine hits. They, fucking human biology was figured out and weaponized by social media.
That shit never. Why doesn't that work on me then? Is it because I didn't fuck around with the internet when I was younger? And I wasn't coached into giving a shit?
Maybe it's because you're just one of those people that generally just doesn't give a shit.
Maybe you don't have
there
any
are plenty-
dopamine, and you're just a miserable
Oh.
son of a bitch.
Oh, could be that.
Always going that angle.
Could
He's
be
going
that.
angle.
But there are other people like
Well, I
doesn't
think
do
he's
shit
more
for
than
Kevin
likely-
Nash. Like, he's got no time for social media. There are plenty of people on planet Earth. You look, they don't fucking care about social media.
Look, when you realize what's going on, it's harder to be fooled by a magician's trick when you know how it's done,
Once- Yeah, when you're in on the trick,
and when you
what's going
know
on.
what the objective is. All right.
Okay.
In order to be dazzled by a magician's trick, you need to be misdirected, and you need to believe what you're seeing is what's happening. That's how magic works. You're like, I
Well, yeah,
just seen this elephant disappear. That's what happened. You need to believe.
Yeah, the only
that.
way the magician's gonna get me now is if he actually saws that hooker in half, and I'm gonna be like, oh,
Oh, damn.
you got me. I didn't see that coming. Like that's the only way he gets me at this point is if the cops have to be called, coroners and shit.
Jedi mind tricks only work on the weak-willed.
For tonight and tonight only. Man saw his woman in half.
It's fucking weird.
But
I don't
this is why Facebook took off. When you get those likes on that post, and the retweets and the shares and all the rest of it, engaging in that behavior conditions your brain to receive little spikes of dopamine and feel-good chemicals that lets you know that things that would usually only be triggered when you have accomplished something in life, you'd had some sort of positive interaction with a person, when you had achieved something, when you had saved a cat from a burning tree, or learned something new about intragastrointestinal bacteria.
Nah. He made it.
He did. Okay. I wasn't even here, and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
He
Here
made
comes
it
that
all the way
shit.
back.
All the way back to
around
that
town.
shit. Yep.
And that's
It's-
why
I thought he
people
had
these
more
days,
after
they
that.
can't put their
Maybe.
phones down.
No, it's
Because
true. I've
they've
seen
turned
that.
people
Well,
into
that's where their friends are.
No, that's not
That's
just
where
where their
life is.
friends are, that's where their drug is too.
Yeah.
They've turned people into dopamine junkies. Like, people will check on they will think that their phone has gone off. There is a syndrome where you think that you've got a message or an alert on your phone, you thought you heard it, but you really don't. Alright, that is a psychological syndrome that is related to the conditioning of, getting your drug from that phone.
Okay.
Instead of a
You
phantom
got that
limb
study?
syndrome, it's the phantom notification syndrome. That's not its name, but you get the idea.
I do.
Is that how you feel like you feel like it's down to even the design, like just everything about it?
Everything about it is absolutely designed to take advantage of human psychology and biology.
Yep.
Okay, so the phone is designed to make you feel that phantom limb thing.
No, the phone is an extension of the just it's just a technological extension. I mean, it's just technology. But the phone I mean, when I got my first phone, uh it only sent text messages and you could make phone calls. But
Yeah,
yeah,
now
they
you
had to
can.
give
Yep.
that thing internet, and now phone is basically a
Everything.
small personal computer, and it is your tie to the wide world
The
web,
world.
the World Wide Web. People
Well,
will lose keys, they will lose limbs, and they will never lose their phone. They will carry it around with them everywhere, from room to room.
He's got a point. I
Just
lost
in
my lower right
case,
leg. I still have my
just in
phone.
case
well,
it makes a
you
noise.
rarely hear about people losing their phone anymore. Okay, they might break their phone, but
Phones
nobody
get broken,
loses their
phones get
phone anymore.
stolen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit
Because
is attached to them.
it may as well be surgically attached. I mean, and I'm guilty of this too. Like, whenever I don't go anywhere without my phone. Like, when I go to the shop, when I go to the shitter, I take my phone. I'll play a game on the toilet when I'm at the
I
shop.
won't judge people for that because, like, some people read. I'll
Well,
read on the toilet.
we're
It's fine. Read a
broadcasting
quick
live from
article.
the urinal right now.
Yeah, it's fine. By the way, Rainmaker did want to. He wanted to say he brought it back to poop shake. So strong comeback. Doing work.
There we go.
Alright, Chris says that she lost her phone last week. I think that's rare. But how did you feel when you lost your phone? Did you have a sense of panic? What
I don't
kind
know
of
much Chris uses her
emotional
phone.
processes did you go through when you realized that you lost your phone? Because
Rainmaker talking
I
about
don't think
phantom
they would have been
movements.
pleasant.
He says sometimes he feels like his phone vibrates when it didn't. I think I've had that feeling before, but
That is a phantom
I
limb
don't know what
sensation.
that is.
I
It
just
could have
told you
been
what
like
that
the
is.
battery. Well, no, the battery could have like buzzed. Like I
No,
don't
but
know
it
if it's
doesn't.
that.
No, it doesn't. It is a clinically documented psychological syndrome that is a result of our conditioning to this technology.
I don't know. My
Because you
phone
know
isn't
somebody
There
even
have
just
on
been
me
tweeted.
all
many
the
there have
time.
been
Like it's
many
in a
studies on
drawer.
this that you have never read or never heard of, because what's more important is how much the Jets won by,
I didn't know.
or what Gal Gadot said this morning.
I won't lie. I do. I'm at the point after years where I will look at my phone to try to find some news instead of like going to a paper or a computer.
Uh,
Like I'll scroll through my phone sometimes looking for something to read. I'll try to find that. Like I used to
News
never do. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like
newspapers
reading a
are
phone.
newspapers are for cats poop and old people, and I mean really, really old people, like 70 plus. I imagine
Like 70 plus.
90% of fucking information or news is consumed in some sort of online format,
Yeah, for sure.
whether that be streamed through your cable box on demand, whatever, or
If
read
I
on
have like a
Twitter.
long drive or something like that, I'll go in somewhere and I'll buy a paper. I like to read the paper.
I used to love reading the paper.
Yeah, I like to read the paper, but it's not worth doing nowadays. Like you just get the paper. All right, I'm done reading it. You toss it. Like, why would you get the paper every day? That's crazy,
Yeah, no.
right? Like,
It's
there's no
nuts.
point anymore. I'm not even sure how they have anything going on.
No,
that
what, see,
level.
and there you go. That goes back to what we were talking about when I first popped in here. Back 20, 30 years ago, before the internet was 24/7 and news cycles were 24/7, that was kind of like your fix. That's where you did find out about the Gaza Strip, and that's what you read that article in the morning, when you read your paper, and then that night at the dinner table, that's when you talked to everybody, or at the barbecue, you talked to everybody about it. That's how it was. And yeah, now with the online and phones and computers and 24/7 outlet, yeah, you don't need a paper anymore.
Well, yeah, they've pretty much been ran out of existence. There's no
Yeah, they
point.
have. Well, hell no.
What
The local
purpose can
paper
they
here,
serve?
there was two papers here in Denver back in the day, and now there's just one. And I think pretty much all the stories are pretty much copy and paste from other bigger papers out on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's at a point where there's nothing practical or useful about it.
Nope.
So-
Even the coupons are ridiculous because you can get those online anymore too. So
I don't know. Maybe that's another part of it, because almost everything that you do at this point, people want you to do it through the internet. They want you to go through the internet. I've seen, fuck, man. There's the way that they did school over the quarantine thing, the way that they did meetings over the quarantine thing.
yeah.
They did court. You can look at court. They're just doing it over the internet now. It's
They're
fucking
like hell with that. Yeah.
yeah, just fucking. You can see the judge from your couch at this point. So what? There's a million fucking different things now. Fuck it, we're doing it through the internet. You got no time. That's fine. I guess it's a sign of where everything is headed or whatever. But it's just not for me.
It's weird, huh?
There is something so pseudo-human about it, where it's you're fucking. I don't know. People always they'll talk about the word. I think it's technophile. You remember a technophile?
Somebody that's just like completely in love with technology,
Let me get
or a
this definition.
connoisseur of it.
Let me get it.
You know what it reminds me of? You guys ever read Fahrenheit 451?
The book, Burning Book.
Yeah. In there was the society he had developed to the point that they had super fast cars that were so fast they had to have like 200-foot long, billboards just to read them because they were going so fast. And then they would go super fast and they'd go inside their house and they'd watch big screens that were as big as their wall, and that's what they did. That was the interaction.
Okay.
Big.
By the way, I'll make sure this is that word's definition: a person who is enthusiastic about new technology. It's as simple as that. I wanted to
Okay.
make sure that if it had something more, I got it. But yeah, it was super simple. There are people, and most of them are like that. Like, most people want to see a new gadget. They want to fuck with a new gadget. As soon as something new comes out, they kind of want it. They're conditioned to want things. What's wrong with wanting things? If you want it and you can have it, why wouldn't you get it?
That ain't me.
Not very long ago, it may seem like a long time ago, but not very long ago, people would have it in their head of what they wanted, and there would be more of a clear path of it. Not necessarily I want this and this and this and this and this, and I'll get this on my way there, and 2 of these, and I'll get 8 fucking things from Amazon delivered in the next 10 minutes. The immediacy of it all too. There's also that. just everything at the push
Yeah,
of a
like
fucking button. It's
the
all automated.
instant gratification kind of thing.
Yeah, nobody is taught to value any measure of patience whatsoever. And I want to say that's bad. But if the world moves into a direction where you don't need patience, is that bad? If
Yeah,
we're
it's not
moving in a
bad if-
direction where we're going to push a button and whatever we want materializes, is it bad to not give a fuck about patience? I don't fucking know. But it feels like patience. That's something that should matter, right? It feels like that should matter. Feels like being patient. It feels like the processes. All these processes that were so tried and true for so fucking long. They're all kind of thrown to the wayside. Here's microwave brought up. I see the word microwave in chat. That was one of the things that kind of kicked it off. People quit learning how to cook.
Oh yeah, why cook when you can get?
I'm gonna
prepared
microwave this thing that's frozen in a box for me.
Yep.
Fucking now I'm done.
In 2 minutes, you have a complete meal.
Again, did everyone know how to cook back then? No, it's not that. But we had a much more realistic attachment and knowledge of our food. And I'm not even somebody who will, rail on people for eating whatever garbage they want to eat. You can eat whatever the fuck you want. I do not care about people's dietary preferences, and do what you want. I can't give a shit. But I'm just saying, it was something that was a very clear mark of a direction in which we were going. And it's weird because it began with food. That's where the learning to just ditch patience and expect everything to be done within a 5-minute span began. It began with fucking food, which used to be something that people, they took a long time to learn how to prepare and how to be safe about all that shit. Oh, that's gone. Fuck that. Get it out of here. It's just weird. Just fucking weird to me.
It's different.
By the way, just
For it
so
to
you
begin with
guys
food.
know that I wasn't full of shit with what I said before.
Wasn't full of shit or what?
Here is a Harvard University article
Harvard.
Good old
on
Harvard.
dopamine, smartphones, and you, the battle for your time. This dude, Chamanth, he's a former vice president of user growth on Facebook. He addressed an audience of Stanford students. He said he felt tremendous guilt about his involvement in exploiting consumer behavior. Quote, the short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works, he explained. He goes on to talk about how platforms like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram leverage the very same neural circuitry used by slot machines and cocaine to keep us using their products as much as possible. If you've ever misplaced your phone, you may have experienced a mild state of panic until it's found. About 73% of people claim to have experienced this unique flavor of anxiety, which makes sense when you consider that adults in the US spend an average of 2 to 4 hours per day tapping, typing, and swiping away at their devices. And it mentions that we sometimes feel our phones vibrating in our pockets when they aren't even there, which leads us to phantom vibration syndrome.
Okay, wait. The thing I was talking about earlier, my phone was there.
Yeah, well, people have been
not
known to
that.
experience it even when it's not there.
Okay, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, phantom vibration syndrome or phantom ringing syndrome is the perception that one's mobile phone is vibrating or ringing when it is not. There are other terms for this, but, according to Dr. Michael Rothenberg, the term is not a syndrome, but it's better characterized as a tactile hallucination, since the brain perceives a sensation that is not actually present. There have been many articles published in the 2010s, including in NPR, Bustle, CBS News, and Psychology Today. So this, like I said before, I was not talking out of my ass. These two things are well-known phenomenons. The tools, the human psychological tools that Facebook and other social media platforms employs to manipulate users into becoming dopamine junkies, and the psychosis related what would it be, damages or conditions associated with that technology.
Well, just like they said up there earlier in what you were showing there about 2,600 touches a day.
Yeah.
You know, that
2 to
becomes such
4
habit.
hours a day. Aren't most motherfuckers only even awake for 8 to 10?
Yeah, there you go. Now it seems like, huh?
And most people.
Apparently, the causes of phantom vibration is not known. Preliminary research suggests it is over-involvement with one's cell phone. Vibrations typically begin occurring after carrying a phone for between 1 month and 1 year. That's a quick time to get hooked. 1 month?
Hold on.
That's how
Yeah.
long it takes
I'm
you to get
splitting the day.
addicted
I need to
to.
split the day up. 8 hours of sleep. 2 to 4 on a phone.
Your day's shot. Ain't got a lot of time left to do what you got to do.
That's over half your day doing not a goddamn thing.
Yep. Best be busy the rest of the day. Then you add in your
That
time
messed
on
with me.
WoW.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
then you
ahead.
add in your
I
time to
didn't-
WoW, and you're fucking done.
That's
People
something.
on we as a society use our phones and computers an immensely large amount. Whereas we used to sit down and have one-on-one conversations with people for, extended periods of time, 2 to 4 hours a day, around dinner, breakfast, hanging around, whatever. A lot of that goes online.
Well, the guy's dopamine loop thing you talked about creating and all that. Did it?
Yeah.
Is there any account for that?
Define account.
Is there any account for that gap between the what was it? The small dopamine feedback loops that he had created versus the actual human connect. Is there anything that makes up for the gap that is definitely there? Because there's got to be.
I don't think I'm understanding the question. What gap? I mean,
Well,
he's a former
okay.
vice president of user growth for Facebook. Ever
I got
since
it. I got it.
Facebook was
Hold on.
developed.
Hold on. Let me try to ask it better. Okay. What he's talking about is a small feedback loop where you're just getting little hits of dopamine. That's what he was talking about.
Yes, these are the
This
likes,
is
the
meant-
shares, the retweets.
And this is mimicking human interaction, right? That's what it's.
What he's talking about isn't necessarily mimicking human interaction. What he's talking about is those feedback loops
Or get like a hit of crack.
actually produce physiological chemicals in the brain. These are dopamine-driven feedback loops. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical of the brain that you usually get after you have an orgasm or you accomplish something or you do a good deed. It's the feel-good chemical. Technically, dopamine is the only thing you have ever fallen in love with. You've never fallen in love with a person. You fell in love with dopamine.
Yep.
Technically.
Okay.
And they are manipulating this. And that is the design. And these likes, shares, retweets, all this sort of air quotes social engagement triggers these little dopamine spikes in your brain that literally turn you into addicts. It leverages the same neural circuitry used by slot machines and cocaine. Cocaine is the most addictive drug in the
Is
world.
it?
Yes.
It might be one. I don't know if it's the most. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to Hunter S. Thompson rant about it, looking at the back of his trunk, fear and loathing. But I'll go with that. I can go with that.
Well, one of the most.
I
It is
yeah.
absolutely
Sure,
one
say
of the
one.
most. I
I'd say
seen an
one of the most.
experiment once where they had two groups of mice in two different surroundings. One of them was given unlimited access to heroin, and the other
Oh,
one
no.
was given unlimited access to cocaine. After about a week, the mice that were given access to heroin, yeah, they were lazing around, they were doped up as fuck. But they were still alive, they were still healthy. In the other
Cocaine
cage,
Rat said no.
they were all dead. They
Fucking
had
dead.
compulsively taken cocaine to the point of death.
Well, wouldn't that mean it's more deadly?
No.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm
Heroin-
not. I don't know about this study. All right. I'm
Heroin
asking.
is more deadly. But
Okay.
the compulsion to continue to take the drug caused the rats to take it to overdose and death.
In all fairness, I ran an experiment once or twice doing that, and it was difficult.
There are a few drugs, like
Always lost
cocaine.
on nothing else. Just didn't number 2 of their posts.
There are a few drugs like cocaine, crack cocaine, and meth, where even after having given up for years between the last time an addict has used, they can watch somebody on the TV doing the drug, and the neural pathways that have been generated in the brain are so fucking strong that they get high.
Yeah, you can
It
relive
triggers withdrawal all over again.
and that's why you watch Fear and Loathing a lot, or at least I do.
That's one.
That's why.
Re-education.
If the dirty hippie was here, she could agree with me. That's just how it is.
2 ad
Hippies.
breaks. 2
Damn
ad breaks.
hippies.
One from Godart is nothing but poop. Clearly
noticed
trying to
that.
get us back to that just pure gold topic. And then the other one from Godart was, ironically, I'm watching this stream on my phone.
Oh,
Oh, what I just said, naturally, it was a generalization, and it was a generalization based on the majority. I mean, yes, some people will find some things harder to kick than others. Some people will have more problems with things than others. I know some
Oh,
people
yeah.
that have done some of the most addictive drugs, a few
There
times, and
are
then
some
walked
people
away.
addicted to eating fucking dirt. Like, there's weird shit.
Yeah.
So
I was talking about statistically as opposed to everyone has a personal different story. I mean, I tried cocaine, wasn't for me. I didn't ever have a problem
why
with it.
not?
I just didn't. I'd tried it 3 times and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But
hey, Akujin, Vortex is here.
bottle of hooch, man, the first time I ever had a drink, I was in love. I was gone.
good
You're
thing.
in love
Yeah.
with it.
See, and I
Vortex
was
is
that
here,
all involved.
Akujin.
Oh,
Hi Vortex, we
Yeah.
are live.
There you go.
Live.
Okay. Make sure you don't want to fuck that up. Okay, make sure we're in the clear.
Goat
So
Up Bazaar says they're addicted to gambling. Yeah, gambling is another extremely destructive
Yeah.
addiction.
I know a lot of people who are addicted to gambling.
So do
And there
I.
are
And you
people
get
who
that-
tell
you
me
get
that
that-
I'm addicted to gambling. I enjoy gambling.
I've never gambled.
Never
I'm not
gambled?
crazy with it. I've seen crazy with it. I ain't crazy with it.
Gambling,
got-
it's not my thing because I fucking hate to lose. Like I would lose, say, $20 in the poker machines, and I'd get the shits and I'd walk away because I don't like to lose.
I don't think I have the kind of money to fucking gamble anyway, so it's probably not a good idea.
Not if you're going to buy that many tortillas.
I'm
How are you, Alex?
See,
doing all right.
It's funny that Akujin doesn't like gambling when, in a very short period of time, he memorized every word of The Gambler.
Oh,
Know when to hold 'em. I know when
know
to
when to
fold 'em.
fold them. Know when to walk away.
I
Know when
don't
to
think-
run.
I don't think I've ever heard him listen to any other country song like on his own, but I have caught him listening to The Gambler.
Man. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It is.
Count your money when you're sitting at the table.
It's weird to hear that song in a British accent.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we should have got him to sing that day.
the best stories, the ones that are about the best stories, the best poetry, the best songs, the best art is something that, yeah, even though it's about one thing, it tells a story of something else. And The Gambler tells a story of human nature, and you can apply it to many human conditions other than just gambling. There are a lot of people that live their life with never putting a dollar down, but live like the gambler.
Deep, bro.
Here's Alex. Here's that guy.
Did you not know I was already here?
No.
Me and Les said hello and mentioned tortillas and
I had sneezed and moved away from the mic, took my headset off for a sec. That must have been then.
Damn.
Shit.
You should listen to Coward of the County, Akujin. That's another good one from Kenny.
The only times I heavily gambled was when I was drunk, because it was something to do.
Oh god.
You know, you'd be at the club and the poker machines, and yeah, it's something to do while you're drinking. It was never really
Cheap.
my thing.
Getting rid of your money
Cheap
while
drinks.
you're drunk. That's what you were doing. Why didn't you buy more drinks?
I did.
You can drink for for cheap at the casinos.
Yeah, you go to the casino. That you don't gamble at the bar. You drink at the casino.
There you go.
I have heard that
Well,
from
over here,
many
the
people who go to the
RSLs.
casino. They just kind of give that shit to you. I mean, they don't give it to you, but they give
They
it to you.
do give it to you at the
Pretty much,
casino, Alex. You sit at a fucking slot machine, and women are going to come up to you with mini trays, imploring you to drink.
I don't
Drink,
know.
you know?
I've never been
That's,
to a.
that's what I've heard.
I've never been to a casino,
Oh
Never.
my god.
I-
dude.
but
Yeah.
every single town in Australia has an RSL, and an RSL, it has three things. It has a bar, it has a pokie machine room, and it has a cafeteria, a buffet.
Let's clarify what pokey machine is.
Slot machine.
All right.
I figured that's what it meant.
It's
I
poking,
did
right?
too,
Pokey machine.
But when he said pokey machine, I was like, considering some of the shit gets covered on the internet, you
drop-
never know.
Slap fucking 50 on the pokies.
Oh god, damn, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was
Shit.
going. Yeah, that was going there.
That was awesome. All right.
Man. Fucking
Bit-
one of my girlfriends once, I was so fucking mad at this bitch. Like, she had bipolar, right? And she was in a manic phase. And I didn't know this. But she put my entire rent through the poker machines.
Oh shit! You
She
lost
had
your
a
entire
major
rent.
fucking problem with gambling.
I'm guessing that after that, she probably had
Oh
a
my
major
God.
problem finding a place to live, huh?
No. No,
Oh.
that would have been letting her off too easy. I dated her for another 4 years.
Oh, for fuck's.
Look, we all know Akujin is very good at decision making.
Oh, that was fucking great.
See, this was before I knew when to hold
Get
them
away with
and knew when to
murder
fold
with
them.
this motherfucker.
Knew
Yeah.
when to walk
You
away
need
and knew when
to
to run.
fold him.
I
Run.
know.
You
I
didn't
hadn't
know.
heard the song at that point in my life. I didn't
See?
know.
He was too busy counting his money when he was sitting at the table.
Yeah, he was.
My God, dude.
We're counting the
no
lack
money
of it.
count.
I know.
See, but
Yeah,
if
no, he
you-
was counting the money and he went 1, and that was it.
Hey, well, one.
everybody
Oh,
try not
hold
to
it
forget
over.
the advice that was given to you through all this, though. You do not gamble at the bar. You drink at the casino.
There you go.
That's what you do. Okay.
And
The
eat,
other
because usually
way-
you have some pretty good food there too.
You can
Get
food
the
you gotta
prime
pay
rib
for.
and stuff.
You gotta
Yeah,
pay
but
for
still,
food.
It's dirt cheap though. It's dirt cheap.
You-
Good prime rib.
Yeah. But you go to the fucking casino, you sit down, you gamble some. The drink ladies are gonna be walking by and offering you drinks. It's fine.
All fucking night.
You
Because
go to the fucking bar and order drinks and you're gambling with your money. You're buying drinks with your money.
Well,
You're spamming money. No need.
yep. You go to the casino, they want
Yeah.
they want to keep you there, and they figure the way that they can is to get you drunk. So yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, here,
Go
have
sit
some
at the
alcohol.
bullshit slots. You'll be filled. Another funny thing about casinos. People may not know this, but they do something to the air. All right, this is. I'm not fucking with you. There's something in the
There's
air.
something
in, a
in the air,
casino.
brother. The
No, it
globalists
stops you
are
from getting
poisoning the
tired.
air in the casinos.
No, I'm not fucking with you. There's something going on in casinos where you don't get tired when you're there.
Whoa. This is some Alex Jones shit.
Look it up. There's
I'll look it up.
got to be something about this. All the goofy shit that you've said. I will go to a casino. I just won't get tired.
They can't do that though. They can't put something in the air. Okay, it has.
I'm not saying they put something in the air. That's not what I'm saying.
it's
I'm
got to
saying
be.
there's something with the air.
Yeah, it's all the bright lights and the flashing things, the
The stimulants.
the stimulation of the
I could
the
go
human
to
brain.
clubs, shit like that with like crazy lights. It's not that. Maybe it is. I don't know. But it's a thing. There's something about the air.
I don't think it's something literally in the air. That would be so
Something.
fucking illegal and so hard to hide. It would have
I
to
don't
be
know.
the environment. That it would have to be a carefully designed environment to psychologically impact you.
Okay, Akujin, I'm sure you've heard the myth that oxygen is pumped into casinos to give them more energy to keep them awake. This
No, I
is, in
have not.
fact, a Vegas myth of all time. Casinos keep their air chilly to give the same effect. That's
Really?
what's going on.
Yeah. No, and
They
I'll tell you
keep it
what.
cold or
even-
whatever.
What? They have air
Even-
conditioning.
But it can't be. It
Yeah,
can't be
every
too
place
cold.
has air conditioning.
No,
They're all cold.
that can't be it.
Yeah, the extra
It can't just be
oxygen would
getting
mean it
too
would be
cold.
like would
People
be
would
like
be
a fire
passing the fuck
hazard.
out.
I think perhaps part of it is you have a lot of noise, a lot of lights, it's a lot of stimulation, keeps the brain awake.
See,
Yeah, it's also the environment, people around.
you know where I probably heard this? I was probably like at the casino and looked around and was like, why am I not tired? And some guy with one of those fucking green visor gimmicks, he's like
Yeah.
tipped it up at me and he's like, it's the air.
It's in the air.
And then he went on a fucking
Air
rant
boy.
and I just internalized it.
Well, in all fairness, up here in the mountains where they allow gambling here in Colorado, they actually do have a bunch of oxygen tanks and shit, but that's 'cause everybody's like gambling at 8,500 feet or something like that.
Could be that. I don't know. It's
They have
just-
to pump oxygen in because otherwise they would be numb.
American Gladfire posits that there's no clocks, natural light, and your body doesn't know it should be tired. So he's playing on the
weird.
angle that it's messing with your circadian rhythms by removing all natural light and all concept of time by getting rid of clocks.
that could be part of it, but I mean, like
I imagine
don't
it's a
know,
conglomerate
watches and
of
shit like that.
absolutely all of these things. I think these
I can
things are
believe it.
absolutely designed with human psychology in mind in order to keep you there.
No, there's something about it where I do not get tired in there. So I agree with you. There's something going on in casinos. Like I can.
I don't think they're releasing, epinephrine in the air.
They
Alright,
put meth in the
I
fucking
don't think the
drinks.
bar nuts are laced with, amphetamines. But yeah, I think it's very likely specifically psychologically designed to not only keep you there, but to keep you awake.
Welcome to
See,
the happy
Chris says
place.
no windows. See, that's the thing. I mean, I don't
No
know how
natural
things
light.
are over there, but
Yeah.
over here, the RSLs, yeah, they've usually got large windowed areas. There's usually always a clock.
Usually always a clock.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I ever saw a clock.
Maybe
I'll
you
look
won't in
around
a
for it.
casino.
I
In an
will
actual
look
casino.
around.
But
Well,
I've
yeah, I
never
plan to
been
go
to
to
a
one pretty
casino.
soon, so I'm gonna have a little peek around and be like, is this
Well, you could be a
you
reporter in the
got a
field
clock in here?
and
Ooh.
just take notes and of
I'll give a field report if I see any fucking clocks in there,
There you
because
go.
I'm gonna be wondering about it now. Now that I've talked about it with people, it's like, yeah, I kind of want to know.
yeah. What's the environment like? Large flashing lights. What parts of you feel stimulated while you're in there? The olfactory, the hearing.
Did you notice any weird pricks into your arm as you walked in? They didn't actually like stab you with anything. Kind of.
Did you come
Interesting.
out thinking that Biden is completely healthy?
Terrible.
Mm.
Now, other thing. Do you think more manipulation can be done through the screen or through things like what's done with a casino?
Screen.
Is it
I think-
easier now to do it with the screen?
It's
I
far
think it's
easier
easier
to
to
do it with the screen. And it's able to reach more people. You need to go to a
That's the reason.
casino.
Not wrong.
And the thing is, you
The-
can cater your phone. Whereas like a casino's got its set environment that you walk into or whatnot. Your phone, you can kind of cater it to your own desires. You have your own apps and you use it for whatever.
A casino
wanna use
can't
it
put
for.
you on 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah.
Want to make love to an emoji that's wiggling his hands around and shit.
Also, I think
Oh, it's
people
fucked.
get the impression that casinos are known to be, at least in deep parts of your psychology, as dens of debauchery. Alright, it's where drinking and gambling and stuff goes on. There's a slight air of danger or whatever. But when you're picking up and talking to your, when you're using your smart device, you have an unrealistic feeling of safety and comfort that I think is not only
Okay.
designed but completely false. I mean, it's to the point where you won't let your kids go to a casino, but you will
Yeah.
let them have a smartphone.
Yeah, you'll let the
And they are
smartphone
far
babysit
more
your child.
likely to be preyed upon on the internet. But for some reason,
Yeah.
we have this thing in our minds that it's safer. So that lulled false sense of security, I think, is extremely dangerous. Part of the reasons why the smartphone and the internet is far more effective and far more dangerous.
Dubious.
Insidious.
These are good words.
As long as you can keep them out. The physical places can't really do anything. And you hand them smartphone, tablet, internet shit of any kind. You're pretty much handing them gateway to deal with any scumbag under the
Yeah.
sun. So, I guess that would be far worse. More damage can end up happening. But I mean, it would of course have to be taken into the real world for more damage. But there is much more risk due to the wider net that can be cast from
Oh
the internet.
yeah. I mean, there's also a certain amount of
Instead of having to hope to luckily find a couple of people around you who might buy it, you now can cast a much wider net. There will be someone out there.
Yeah. Like you guys were saying earlier, there's those 6 or 7.
Yeah, you're not looking for a couple anymore. It's on a whole other level now. Oh, go ahead. You were about to say something else, but I wanted to get that part out. Go ahead.
No.
I
There's
think I
attacking.
was going to say something along the lines of that you would every time you drop your kid off to scouts, you would suss out the scoutmaster.
Yeah.
All right. But you can't do that on the internet.
We can't. You
And the
can't suss out the
scoutmaster
entire
on the internet is way more likely to be not a nice dude.
Well, no, everything, like anything on the internet. You have
When I say
fuck, man.
yeah, I didn't mean actual scoutmaster. I meant
No, I feel
the
you,
threat.
but like you look around on the internet. There's all right. There's a fucking case, and I can't remember the name of the people in it, but it was a group of guys. They're all like 15, 16, and they're fucking just hanging out on, I think, a Discord server, because of course. There
Good.
was one guy who had made the Discord server. It may not have been Discord. It may have been something. But he had made the thing. All the other kids quit talking to him except for one of the kids in the group. He ended up convincing that kid to come hang out with him. Explained to him he was another kid, but when he fucking killed him. And the parents had done a million things. They had talked to cops. They had done all this shit to try to, put them on the trail. And the cops didn't give a shit. Ended up, the kid got killed.
Wow.
Fuck, man. I want to say it resulted in some laws being changed or something like that, but it may
That's
have just
fucked
been
up.
local laws or laws in the state or whatever. The mom, of course, she started the foundation thing like most parents do in
Right.
that situation. But I don't know.
Back in the day, unstable people they needed to develop tools in order to
Mhm.
get close enough to you to do you harm. All right,
Mhm.
they need to become smooth talkers or whatever. There was some element of charisma
They
that
had
was
to win
needed.
people over.
Yeah, they had to convince you,
Yeah.
and that's much easier online, where you can hide most of your flaws. You can project
It's
yourself
not.
to be anything that you want to be.
True.
That's more of what it is. You don't have to hide a flaw if you never have to show it.
Like, how many people have you met and you're like, there's something not right about this guy. There's something smells rotten here. Like, this guy is fucking weird. There's something about him. It's much harder to get that feeling on the internet. There are a lot of social cues that will give a person away when they are lying to you or trying to deceive you or hiding something. Things that our brain has learned over thousands of years to pick up on.
Right.
You don't see any of those on the internet. You are
Yeah,
reading
there's no body
a
language.
line. There's no body language, there's no tone, there's no inflection.
There's nothing there. Nothing there but what you want to superimpose on top of it.
The tiger is completely hidden in the grass.
Well, if we go along with that a little more, we go down that path a little bit more, would the world be? Would it actually be more dangerous now than it used to be? Because I've always more or less had it in my head that the world has always been pretty shit. Okay? It's not like serial killers popped out of nowhere 15 minutes ago or
Exactly.
any other random awful thing. It's not that. But has the ability to gain access to people become really fucking easy? Now, we have a million things now that are precautions, like cameras every 15 fucking feet. We have a cell phone in our pocket. So, like, if we're running away from someone, we can 911 right then. You don't got to run home or run into somebody else's house. There are plenty of precautions. But are people not more accessible now than ever before? If you want a victim, you can find it.
And I think it's going to get worse. I mean, going back to this thing where we as a society, as a people, are, you know, going towards this less and less, you know, face-to-face interaction, and we're becoming, you know, each generation subsequently will be more enamored to being online. I mean, even now, I've seen conversations on Twitter and stuff where people are talking about how they're comfortable being able to talk to somebody on social media, but they don't leave their house, and they don't want to because they don't like interacting with people face to face. So I mean, we're getting to that point now. Can you imagine what will happen one day? And it will happen. I mean, it's just a question of when some Jim Jones kind of guy taps into a bunch of people and has a Kool-Aid party online. It's going to happen.
That's what they labeled.
Well,
Alex
that's
Jones
happened
as.
already.
They're
that
labeling
kind of
him.
stuff's already happened. There have been a lot of people who have formed weird online cults. So fucking the fucking Nike shoes guy.
Yeah, but those
Like
guys were
that.
still like in person, weren't they? Weren't they all like in like they all like lived together and
Well, yeah, they ended up
died together?
Yeah, living together and dying together. They recruited through websites.
Did they?
Shit.
Okay.
Like their early shit was a lot of early internet. Like it's still up now. You can go look at it, and it's pretty fucking early internet. But
Right.
I don't know.
But I mean,
maybe
yes,
that's not necessarily what you were talking about. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know. I think, well, you know, the thing is, I just think that because you were saying, hey, doesn't this make this more vulnerable? And I think it does, because it's a whole new thing. I think down the road, people will learn how to read social cues better, and the things that we developed as human beings, like Akujin said, over hundreds and thousands of years, you know, hundreds of years down the road, whatever interactions going on online or whatever they're using by then, people will pick up on stuff. But yeah, now, yeah, it's wide open. I mean, I get caught by surprise with people and personality glitches or traits. I'm like, wow, really? You know, and you see it all the time. People get scammed out of money and homes, and yeah, just strange. Well, you guys here a few weeks back covered that that poor bastard that thought he was hooking up with some girl. He had a t-shirt with her face on it, and he showed up, and it was like she's like, oh God, it's a grandma, and he didn't even recognize her. You know,
That man.
His pain was real.
Have you ever felt worse for a motherfucker?
Oh, I was like, dude. The only one I think I felt worse for, it wasn't even the guy, it was the gal. It was that you were joking here a minute ago, that guy with the emoji, the guy that fell in love with the emoji.
He was rough, but like
he was
if you
rough.
read between the lines, he was also creepy and scary.
It was creepy, yeah.
And I don't know, the other guy.
But yeah, no, the other guy, he took a plane trip
weird.
To fucking nowhere.
Yeah, he just seemed weird and like a fucking broken man.
He showed up for grandma.
Yeah, the face he had. Do you remember the face he had?
It was bad. Yeah, no, it's one thing I do remember. He's like, fucking no. You could tell.
Like he's got her face. That was the best. We used this as a thumbnail because it was fucking amazing. It's a great piece of fucking.
He died, didn't
life happening right there. He has
he died
alleged face on his shirt. Hold up, McGruff. Yeah, there's his face. McGruff used it. Yeah. And so, okay. So that face, and then her face on his shirt, her alleged face, and then her walking up. His magic.
Oh yeah,
that was fucking magic.
You could have turned the volume down and read that whole fucking script right there. Oh, it was.
Do we
fucking
have
brutal.
that clip on tap?
It is fucking brutal.
We should get that clip like on tap.
Oh.
It's an amazing piece of history, and this poor bastard.
It's fucking brutal.
He's a saint.
I'll tell you what. I mean, you know, you
straight
hear
up
those. You
fucking-
hear those jokes, you know. I mean, I can remember, you know, back in my bar days. You know, sometimes you wake up and you're like, "Oh God, what am I doing here?" But that look on his face, that dude, man.
He should have walked her ass directly to the courthouse for fraud. He had all the evidence he needed on his phone.
And on
He
his shirt.
walked straight up
Ooh.
to the courthouse. She was, "Oh, we getting married?" He's like, "No, you going to jail."
I've been
jail
violated
right now.
Been violated. Oh, that poor guy.
I don't know. I guess I'm pretty lucky in that I've never had any kind of situation like that. Really, somebody will show you like 30-year-old pictures, 10-year-old pictures, shit like that, or fucking.
You never flew halfway around the world to meet up with grandma.
I'll see somebody for real, and I'll be okay, cool. Like I've never been in the position where it's like I'm gonna end up meeting someone and then do the thing on the internet where I wonder what they look like and wonder what no, thank you, but it's wild to see how that played out for that poor motherfucker.
It was fucking great. I was watching
like
that.
He's there in the shirt.
Yeah, I was crying. The shirt's what fucking did it for me. I was like, dude, you know, it's bad enough. Okay, got the picture. You know,
that's what put it over the top.
He fucking put it on a shirt, and he was wearing it like, "Yo, babe, I'm here." And she's like, "Well, hello."
He was ready.
He was ready.
He's ready. He's a fucking love machine. He was fucking there. He was ready to get in. He had her face on a fucking shirt, so everybody knew that's the one I'm with. It's good. Then the one he's with gets there and is like.
And he's like,
is he got a picture of his daughter on his show? What is that?
What's that denture cream? What you got going on there?
Yeah, with his mother-in-law. What's he doing?
Hold on. In regards to your question before, are we safer or more at risk? I think it's a bit of both.
I feel the same.
I think
a bit of both.
Physically, we are at less risk because people are less likely to interact with each other on a level where you can be physically harmed or assaulted.
That makes sense.
But I think people are far more open to psychological harm.
Yeah,
which you could say, I mean, is a lot more destructive. Can be a lot, or just as destructive as physical harm.
Oh, it's absolutely as destructive.
Well, I don't know. I wanted to temper that comment carefully because I've heard some people say, "Yeah, I've been through both, and I thought the psychological harm was the worst part," and I've heard people say, "No, the physical harm, whatever." So
a bit of both. I don't think it's a crazy reply.
But yeah, I think people are far more psychologically vulnerable because of the way things are today. And so I think the harm is absolutely increased. Especially when you consider the fact that
I think the potential for harm is definitely increased. Well, I can't say if the harm is increased, but the potential for harm for goddamn sure.
The instance of harm or damage is absolutely increased. Especially when you consider the fact that a lot of the shit online that causes psychological or social harm to people never gets any repercussions. If I beat you up, there is absolutely 100% a jail that I can go to and be put in. Alright?
But if we're talking about
destroy
like,
your
like
life
praying
on the
and doing
internet and
something
completely fucking, do a number on your head and basically ruin you as a person. If I've done it online, it's going to be so hard for me to experience any sort of repercussions.
It's not even
There's
the
less
same.
protections.
Like,
for
I'm talking
people.
about people actually doing shit to people. Like, fucking, like, robbing people, setting people up
Right.
to be murdered, like, shit like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's like, now all you have to do is fucking answer a Craigslist ad and you have a victim.
Yeah,
Make a
yeah.
Craigslist ad and you get a victim.
Oh,
Become an
yeah.
Uber driver, you got a
One
victim.
guy did that.
Become a fucking, like, I can keep listing things. There's a million ways to do shit now. Nothing that
True.
can stop you. Just go make an ad. Set up a fucking pickup on eBay.
Well, in regards to crimes against children, I mean, you're very specifically able to target them. There are a few places where particular, children are going to be congregating online, particular communities, and you see these communities absolutely infested with predators.
Oh.
That'd be like Minecraft.
Minecraft, fucking Magic the Gathering, whatever.
Respectfully.
Fucking,
Disney.
no, it's always
PvP.
been like that. Yeah, it's always been like that. But now with everything being online, like you don't have it where like the parents can spot the fucking random weird guy over there in the corner who should not be. You can't do that. It's online now.
Yeah.
Now you have to distinguish whether Pussy Destroyer 845 is 72 or if it's a 12-year-old edgy dipshit.
Exactly.
That's where you're at. Just saying.
Yeah, parents have a much harder job these days. In that regards.
I concur.
Well, it was like 90% of the things that they would have, things that would have been relevant 20 years ago, 30 years ago. It's all trick questions at this point. None of them really hold up. It's like, oh, well, do you know your kid's friends? Oh, fuck, I didn't even know the kid had friends. What are you talking? He was on the phone. Like, again,
Well, I
drive
guess it
down the
depends
road.
upon.
You don't
I guess
see
it
him.
depends upon parental stylings too. I know when my kids were growing up, I was all like, "Nah, that ain't happening." You know,
Well,
so
that was forever ago.
But yeah,
like, think about, like, if you look outside right now, you will see no one outside riding bikes.
No.
None of that shit's going on. That's not what happens anymore.
Well, you can get a traumatic
they
head
play
injury
online.
riding a bike. It's much
Yeah,
better to stay
exactly.
inside and
Yeah.
consume social media.
I see it
social media.
in my local neighborhood more often than maybe where you guys live, but there's still people that play outside around here.
Well,
Yeah,
how often?
losers can't afford computers.
Well, I know
Oh,
my direct neighbors, like people right around my house, they have a lot of kids and they're always playing outside. Like they have like a little goal set up, so they're playing like soccer and hockey and stuff like that. And I always see bikes
Well, fair
sitting
play to them.
outside. Like if I ever drive
Exactly.
somewhere to get food or something, I see bikes sitting on the curb, so I know that they're at least getting up to go ride every now and then. A lot of times when I do drive, I'll have to slow down because there'll be kids riding on their bikes and stuff. So it's not dead. There are kids out there playing.
It's on like life support.
Maybe.
It's
I just know it's still alive
nowhere
around
close
here.
to where it was before. It's.
I would believe that, yeah, but it's.
There used to be swarms of like
Swarms. That's how it
you
was.
you would see tons of kids on. It'd be like a fucking motorcycle club going down the road on fucking
Yep.
Huffies.
Exactly. If the sun was out, your parents were like, "Get the fuck outside and play. Get out
You
of my
see,
hair."
like the little fucking mini clan behind them rolling on their big wheels
yeah, our
because
gangs,
they don't know how to ride a bike
cruising.
yet.
I had a big wheel.
Of course. How long was it before you knew how to ride a bike, Alex?
I
He
learned how to
rode one
ride
out
a
of the
bike
womb.
very young, actually.
Knew a guy who didn't know how to ride a bike until he was like 10.
Riding a bike
And
was not
we-
hard.
I was gonna say, I bet he
We
got
buried the
ostracized.
shit out of him.
Yeah,
I could ride a
He
bike at
had
about
it rough.
3.
I bet
He
that was
didn't know how
rough
to ride a
go.
bike, and
And he learned.
look,
didn't he?
when he started riding a bike, all right, it's weird. Like I remember this shit like 20 years later because it was fucking amazing. He would ride the bike, and then when it was time to stop riding the bike, whereas most people
Oh God,
would
he didn't know
break
how to.
and then end it. Yeah, he didn't know how.
Oh no, he'd like break
So
and fall.
yeah, he would go around and around in a circle and ask us to help him off the bike.
Nice.
And sometimes we would.
And sometimes you just would watch.
But
Sometimes you
sometimes
just
it's
push
like
him.
no. Well, no, I didn't. Nobody had to push him, but like he would stop pedaling and wait to crash to the ground. Like
Yep.
he would it would stop rolling, and then he would just tip over to the lane, just whack right in his fucking right across his side, and like he tried to brace himself. Look back, I was like, that kid, he should have broken arm, should have all kinds of things, but he tanked it. It was just that's how he hit the end of his ride every time. Just
That's
stopped and fell.
That's fucking golden.
Life in the fast lane. Boy,
It
make you
was
lose your
bad.
mind.
Looking back on it, it's like hit the brakes and like put your leg out or what, but he wouldn't put his leg out.
Oh hell no, that's great.
Like he would hit the brakes and stop going and just fucking
Yeah, his fear of falling off caused him to fall off every time.
every fucking time. I don't know when he learned how to stop doing that.
Maybe
But
he
it was pretty long running.
yeah, there's some guy here. Well,
Like
Dad could
buried
teach
the
you how to
shit
ride a
out of
bike,
him
but-
so he would get off of the big wheel. And then he got off of the big wheel and daily was just tanking this shit. And there would be times when we would like go riding bikes in the woods and shit.
Oh fuck! So you got like terrain and shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy was fucked."
Yeah. Like he's got to get ready to tank it into the
to the rocks and bushes.
rocks,
The creek.
the
Oh,
rocks, the fucking sticks, just all this shit. It's a little jagged right there. You sure you're gonna fall there? I don't know where else to fall. Shit like that. It's kind of
See, did
mean
you
to
guys-
look back
did-
on. We
well,
really
it's
could have
not
helped him a
perfectly
lot more.
sad.
Is it though? Because I mean, didn't you guys just like do crazy shit? Like, okay, I'm gonna ride down this hill and we're gonna tie this fucking thing here, and you're gonna jump off your bike at full
Yeah, but
speed
that
and
was
swing
on
on.
purpose.
I mean,
Well, yeah, no, yeah,
we
exactly.
did, but we
Yeah.
knew how to ride a bike.
Well, like, you learn quick.
In
when you do
his
shit
case,
like that.
all right, he knew how to ride the bike.
He just didn't know how
He
to
didn't
stop.
know how to
He
stop
didn't know how to
riding the bike.
Yeah, he didn't know how to cease the bike riding, and that was
great.
the worst part.
Oh, that's great.
Apparently, it was very bad, and he didn't know how to do it. So he went down in a fucking
Down with the
hail
Titanic
of,
every time.
hail of glory every fucking
great.
time. Just
Uh,
tank that
Hail of
shit.
stupid.
Down in a blaze of glory.
yeah, some people are just not quick learners. I remember as a kid when they finally installed like speed bumps in our neighborhood. Yeah, everybody would like wreck on those for a minute, but most people figured them out pretty quick. But yeah, there were a couple of kids that just they didn't do well for a long time.
So I would see shit like that and want to pop a wheelie.
Yeah,
Use it to,
jump
you
it
know.
and stuff. And if you
that was
wrecked, you
fun.
just laughed. You were just like,
Yeah.
"That's cool."
But I also saw kids who would try that shit and they fucking die.
They
Just
die.
fucking eat absolute shit.
Did you have any? Did you have any of those friends that like you could get in like these nasty wrecks and everybody be laughing and stuff, and all of a sudden they'd look down and see like blood and they'd scream and run home crying. They just freak out. They went
Yeah.
instantly from like oh, that was a blast. Oh my god, my arm fell off. Yeah, those were good times.
Fucking arm fell off.
Those were good times.
Yeah, you can fix that with leeches.
Or shit.
Yeah, just
Just put that arm right
Drink
back on.
There you go.
Put some leeches on it, drink some poo, you'll be fine.
Drink a little doo-doo.
Drinks and poo.
I was going to say,
Bring it back.
when I learned to rollerblade, I lost the ability to skate normally, like the normal 4-wheel skates. I
That's
tried
weird.
to.
It'd be way easier to.
Yeah, I
skate,
tried.
Right?
I tried putting them on. I don't know. This was like 15 years ago. I tried putting skates on and using them again. It was like, this is weird. I can't
It was
use
all
these
foreign to you.
anymore.
That's
It was,
crazy.
yeah, it was like, what the fuck is this?
See, I'd be thinking like Tonk. I'd be like, well, going from like those inline wheels to having the bigger base with the wheels. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it was so strange. I was like, why can't I do this anymore?
Yeah.
It was fucking this isn't working. What the fuck's going on? It was like my
Nice.
brain just didn't understand it anymore. It's the strangest fucking thing.
Yeah, you can't really like lean turn as much with the like the wider base ones. So,
Yeah, I
you know,
spent so many years using rollerblades that trying to go back, it was like, this
Yeah,
is
maybe it was your size too, because I used to love riding skateboards like in the 70s when I was a little kid, and then like in the 80s when I started getting tall, suddenly my center of gravity like shifted way up in the air, and suddenly skateboards weren't quite as cool as they used to be.
So I would imagine it would be really weird for you to do something like ride a bike. Like with before with the two did you ever play on a unicycle ever?
No, I never. I had a buddy of mine, which is strange because I had a buddy of mine that loved them. Like I don't know, it was something like his uncle or somebody who was like, "Oh, we used to ride these when we were kids," and we thought, "Oh, who the hell wants to do that?" He was damn good at it, and he would just ride everywhere doing that. I never could do that.
I never really see tall people on unicycle.
No,
Or
Like
stilts.
6'2", like normal height, whatever.
or stilts.
I'm talking. Well, stilts. No, I've seen tall dudes on stilts before. I've seen that. That shit's freaky.
I bet that
Stilts
is.
freak me out. I don't know any other way to put it. There's just something
Well,
about like
Les
the
is on
really
half a
crazy
stilt
long
now.
legs and shit.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
He's on one
I got
stilt.
I got one at 1.5.
Got him.
I got 1.5
Jesus.
discount.
I don't know. Have you ever tried to walk on stilts? Anybody
Yeah.
here?
yes.
You
For
have?
yeah, for
Fuck off.
they were drywall stilts.
Okay.
Drywall stilts. Well, yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I'm tall, and when I used to do a lot of different things, I could use like short ladders. I remember like one of the last career things that I was doing was the low voltage tech thing. So I'd run wires, I can drop ceilings and stuff. And whereas everybody else like had a 6-foot ladder to pop open things to run the wires, I just had like a 2-foot stool, so I could just like step up on one step and I'd be all good. But yeah, with the drywalling, there's a lot of open ceiling areas and, doing commercial jobs, the stuff's a lot higher up. So if you weren't on scaffolding, you could do stilts, and I would do that. And it was awkward, but nothing like, crazy stilts. So you drywall stilts, you go up, 4 feet, something like that.
I don't know. I was talking about like crazy high stilts, but I didn't think about it.
Yeah, no,
These
crazy
stilts
height
is still a
stilts would be
thing.
weird, yeah.
Have any of you tried to walk on stilts? Like
Yes.
the tall kinds? You have?
Yeah, I have. It's
Really?
really fucking hard.
That's great.
Okay, so you've done it. What was that
Yeah.
like?
It's fucking hard, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Did you fall?
Yes.
You did the bike thing? Did you just fucking tip over, hope for the best?
I may have become friends with the floor.
Huh?
I did that a lot when I was drinking.
They take a lot of practice, and because I only did it once, I didn't have that practice.
Was it one of those things where
You
you
didn't
did
have
that
the natural ability?
I don't know.
You were
Maybe this. Look, I'm not naturally the most stable person. So
Oh. say. It's just, I mean, it's if you're a tiny person, it's kind of like being a jockey. Like it just seems like you would be able to maneuver the stilts easier than a taller person. The
No,
limbs are
because
closer to the
then the
body.
still, it's bigger. It's like much bigger compared to you. It's going to be harder. Your muscles aren't as big. It takes more effort to move them when you're smaller.
Huh. Okay. I did not think of it.
Thrax mentioned pogo sticks. Yeah, we don't talk about that stuff.
I never understood the pogo stick.
You never understood.
I've used a pogo stick. I don't think I was very
you
good
just
at
jump, right?
Yeah,
It was like, how the
This
fuck
is
do
easy
I
as
get
jump
onto
roping for
this?
me.
it was
Like,
good
that's-
fun. Wild ride.
Oh, Akuji, you do the pogo stick, do you?
Never got down on the stilts, but yeah, I've used. Thought everyone has.
Okay.
Imagine this pogo stilts.
I do now, but I don't have a choice.
Huh. I don't know. I didn't think about it. Pogo sticks are like a really old toy.
Yeah, that's
Like
old
really,
school.
really old.
The oldest.
Kind of.
Oh,
No, I don't know if they're the oldest.
Yeah, they're older
Yeah,
than
the
the
ball
Slinky.
up is the oldest.
They're older than the Slinky. Okay, they
Yeah.
might be older than the Slinky, but are they older than a ball?
Way older.
What? No.
One of the
No.
oldest discoveries at Mesopotamia was a pogo stick. They think it was invented about 2,000 years before the Slinky.
See why nobody believes him about the poop juice?
Frozen Neanderthal with the pogo stick.
Mesopotamian pogo sticks.
The Mesopotamian pogo sticks.
Okay, so the pogo stick was invented in 1891.
They also found a 2,000-year-old nuclear missile. Just wanted you to know that.
Don't do this to me.
That was
Lord.
found in Atlantis.
Oh, fuck.
The Atlantean pogo.
The Atlantean pogo stick.
Atlantean
washed up
pogo
on the
stick?
shores of Mesopotamia.
Fucking tragic.
Whoa, what in the hell?
In the hell of what? What happened?
I don't know. I just looked over at the screen there real quick, and Bella's like, guaranteed it did not look like my asshole. So I'm just like, I don't even
What?
know what's
Wow.
going
Bill,
on.
why are you always talking about your asshole? What the fuck?
Why is she like that?
Damn.
What
As your
the
spiritual
fuck?
animal, I recommend dropping that subject.
Yeah. Weird. Okay. So. With that. Oh, hold on. Oh, he's got. She was talking to McGruff.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of explains that.
But still,
that explains everything.
Yeah, McGruff
Yeah, I mean,
is.
It all makes sense
obviously-
now. She was talking to McGruff.
She was talking to McGruff. It's,
Just have an answer to a crime dog.
look, he's a dog, Assholes is something he thinks about all day. Needs to sniff him.
Dogs do that.
Needs a snippet.
I hate this show.
I do too. Me too. Okay.
Yet you still do it.
Yeah. Still do. But I did bring something extra to the table just in case we didn't end up talking about things for very long.
What you got?
I may as well bring it up now. You ever seen the movie The Ruins?
No, I don't think so. At least it doesn't
Somebody
ring a bell.
expanded on the idea from The Happening of killer plants.
No.
And
Oh, hang on.
just went ahead and made them killer plants.
Oh, no, shit, I actually have seen this.
They tried
Oh,
to take it real
fuck.
serious.
Yeah, no, that movie is fucking awful.
Boy, it's rough. That was a rough watch.
So is it
Oh,
like
I
a
did
direct
not like it.
sequel?
No, it's not a.
Oh, no,
I wish it
it's-
was.
It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they just go to some ruins, and it
Yeah,
sucks.
it's just a bunch of like young adults looking like touring South America, and they walk up to some like old Aztec ruins, and there's people nearby going, "Hey, don't go on the ruins, don't go on the ruins." And like, okay, we're going on the ruins. And they walk upon the ruins, and like all the locals come around, and like, we're gonna kill you if you come off these ruins now.
I'm gonna try
And-
to not spoil too much at the end here for you, but
Fucking plants.
if there's a character that like 20 to 30 minutes in, you already fucking hate them.
That movie's got it.
You no, you probably don't want to keep going.
Or you kill him off immediately.
No, I'm not gonna say if it's a him or a her, but there
Well,
is
usually
a specific
it tends to
character.
be a him. So
No, there's a specific character in this movie that is a dog shit human being, and you will be dealing with them for the majority of the film.
Man.
If you pick up on who this person is within the first 15 to 20 minutes or so, go ahead, do yourself a favor, turn it off, tune it out. It's not worth the fucking headache you're going to be dealing with. Okay, just if you already hate somebody 20 to 30 minutes into the movie, just don't. Because you're not going to like the road that it goes. Also, plants aren't very scary. Just gonna put that out there.
I don't know. You obviously haven't seen The Happening.
I mean, well, all right. Whereas The Happening was releasing the spores or whatever to make you act foolish. That's not what's happening. Like
Act
these
foolish.
plants are trying to kill you.
That's a good way of describing it.
yeah, but like it's not even like that they're trying to like numb your face off with giant heads, like fucking,
Yeah, it's not even anything cool or anything like
Yeah,
that. It's not that.
it's not like even plants from Little Shop of Horrors. It's like not even fucking that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So it's not even
It's-
that.
Oh no. You fucking wish,
It's like
son.
a fucking vine.
You fucking wish. All right. All right. Little tiny spoiler. The plant can't get you unless you've already got an open wound. Now, I'm going to ignore the logic in this that we have noses, mouths, among
Holes.
other holes in our body. I mean, there's plenty of openings.
Especially
But
for
it-
the ladies.
Oh!
But for some reason, it can't get you unless you've got you gotta have an open wound. Gotta be bleeding or something. I don't know.
It's fucking bad.
It's a rough watch.
I'll take your word for it.
It's a rough fucking watch, man. It's a movie. It existed. It is not the worst movie ever. It exists.
Fucking terrible.
Marina said, so you can foil their plans with a band-aid. Close. Close.
Has to be a sacred band-aid.
No, it just has to just be a band-aid.
Man.
It's like cover the wound. You won't fucking die. I can't do shit.
Walk away for 2 seconds, and the topic is people holes in the asshole, said McGruff. Well, this is very specific. Very specific.
Taking it full circle.
Nah, round and full
Yeah,
circle.
there you go.
Sergio wanted to know if the belly button would count as a hole. That does not seem to count in this film. It
The
must
belly
be an
button
open
isn't a hole,
bleeding
though.
wound. Must be an open bleeding wound.
I mean, if you shove your finger hard enough into the belly button, you could probably
Oh
stab
my
yourself in there.
If you shove your finger in a lot of places, you could bleed.
What are you doing?
The belly button is sealed flesh.
Well, maybe it's time to just unseal it, is what Alex is saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you shove
Is
your
that what you're
finger in
saying?
there.
That's what he's saying. That's how they do it down in Texas.
Didn't they do that in the Matrix? Am I thinking of something wrong? Isn't that how the little robot got in there?
What?
Yeah,
It stuck its finger in his belly button?
yeah, that's exactly what.
They had a little robot.
I
A
thought it
little
was
robot
something
that went
different from that.
into Neo.
Yeah, but also, that's the fucking Matrix. That's not reality.
Well, that part happened in reality, though. I thought.
It sounds to me like somebody.
Oh, chewing on the steak.
Fuck you, I
Fucking-
took both the pills at once, motherfucker.
Fucking
Well, that explains a lot there, Mr.
That's
Stilts,
an
one
OD
time.
right there,
Yeah.
unbased and blue pilled fucking loser.
Wow.
Alex is
So-
laying it on.
So I want to not recommend that. What is
I'm
the
gonna take your
opposite
advice.
of a recommend? I condemn the film.
Condemned.
Damn it.
I condemn this film. The Ruins. It is.
Siskel and Ebert give 2 middle fingers.
It is. It is offensively milquetoast, if that
Ugh.
makes sense. For what it is, it's very bland, very paint by numbers. Very, very bad characters. Real bad. Especially one of them.
Yeesh.
So, yeah. I condemn this film. I don't know if anybody else has seen The Ruins and they think it is good. You are free to do it. But I must condemn the film. I don't know if there's a book out there and the book may be better or a miniseries. What the fuck
Ladies
ever.
and gentlemen, if you have seen the film, The Ruins, and you think that this film is good, I condemn you.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's a much harsher take than what
We
I was
have
going
just-
with.
This just
You've seen this
escalated.
movie?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fucking terrible.
It's rough. Yeah, it's not a good one. It's not the worst one ever,
Oh no,
Which-
there's definitely worse.
which may make it worse to watch because at least the worst movie you're watching the worst movie. But in the case of this, you're watching a movie where people are hiding from vines.
The internet, that could mean something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a metaphor.
That's funny.
I'm being
No,
told
it's-
it's better than Shark Exorcist.
Shark
Exorcist!
Shark Exorcist is fucking glorious in its
Oh,
shitness.
Have you
Mm.
seen that?
Oh,
Is that a thing?
that is a thing. It is amazingly terrible. Everything
Shark-
about it
Akujin,
is
can
terrible.
you bring up the back of the box for Shark Exorcist?
We've got.
Can we read the synopsis for Shark Exorcist, please?
Oh, that's fucking great.
Like, I've had people
No.
pass off Velocipaster to me before, so I
Okay.
should know better than this.
Velocipasta.
Velocipaster.
Velocipasters. No, Shark
Oh, it's
Exorcist
rough.
is one of those movies that is bad in all respects. The story is fucking terrible. The
Oh,
acting is fucking terrible. The production quality of it is fucking awful. It's just bad through and through. But because it's bad through and through,
Oh my god.
it's at least consistent. The Ruins is well shot. It's quite well made, but it is fucking awful story-wise. And the
Oh my
acting,
God.
some of the actors are okay.
look at
Some of them are
that.
fucking
Yeah.
dog shit.
Hold on.
Fuck yeah.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Satan has John!
Satan has.
Uh, we have a 3-pack here of Sharkenstein, Raiders of the Lost Shark. What the fuck?
I didn't know of those two other ones.
Oh, that's fucking great. Shark Exorcist.
What the fuck?
Look at this.
Oh my god! If those two films are made by the same
That's
people,
a Unity asset.
It looks like the neighbor's kid. Oh my god, what the hell?
That's actually the fucking quality of the CGI in the
What was
film.
the synopsis? Did we even?
Yeah, go back here.
Yeah, what was our paragraph? There's no paragraph.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you don't need a
God.
paragraph. A demonic man or see, possessed. A demonic nun unleashes holy hell when she summons the devil to possess a great white shark. Booga.
Well, she went for it.
She went for it, and she summoned something with yellow eyes. It looked like the neighbor's kid. You're just like, damn.
Okay, just to say that description is the first 3 minutes of the film.
That's fucking great.
Oh,
That's all
hold
you
on.
need to
Wait.
know.
We have a much longer paragraph down here at the bottom. Did you go to the storyline? Go to the story. It was right there, and you clicked off of it. We finally found the paragraph.
Oh,
my god!
The amazing bulk.
No! Oh god! Amazing bulk. That is.
A demonic nun summons Satan to a small fishing village.
Nice.
Where she takes over the body. He takes over the body of a great white shark and a young woman.
Awesome.
What is that?
Chain reaction of
A chain
evil.
reaction of evil. Grips the tiny community. As shredded bodies wash ashore, a Catholic priest arrives and he must fight both teeth and temptation on land and sea.
And temptation.
He's like
That's a fucking awesome cover, though, man. I love
In order
that.
to send the man killers back to hell before the tide comes in for good.
Ugh.
Whoever drew that poster is a fucking legend.
Raiders of the Lost Shark.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Just fucking. Oh god! I saw the fucking poster on there. Amazing bulk. Jesus Christ.
That one's a fucking. Everybody's seen the Amazing Bulk before. You see videos about that one all over the fucking place. It's
Oh
whatever.
god, it's so fucking.
I had never heard of any of this.
Shark.
I don't know. Yeah, this is a fucking thing.
That's Raiders of the Lost Shark. Fucking impressed.
Yeah, that's a good title.
It's something.
Good.
Steven
might not appreciate it, but
it feels like they're playing a little fast and loose with some trademarks. But
oh fuck, there's a factual error that's kind of fucked up. Look at that. The film was shot and set in Tennessee. Geographically, this state is landlocked. That fucking sums it up right there. God, Satan shark and shit. He's in Tennessee.
Well,
miscellaneous. There are a few moments where the cameraman can be heard himself breathing.
All right, move that rubber shark over 3 inches. There we go. All right.
You know, it's like full fucking mouth breathing as well.
So they one take then?
Yeah, apparently they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough VCR tapes for 2.
Revealing mistakes. That shows that's like one. There's one scene, and they're doing like a ghost show. That first, yeah, the ghost wax thing. They're doing like a ghost show, and she's talking to the camera, and then she turns away to look at another camera. And then you can see the guy that she's supposed.
She talks to the camera, which isn't.
You can see the guy in the background that is supposed to be the guy filming the show.
But she's talking to the camera.
Yeah, and he's standing behind her, filming her back.
Nice.
It's
that's rough.
So fucking bad. It's like it is. It's not like one of those so bad it's good. It's one of those so bad. How did you manage to make this fucking terrible?
Birdemic.
It's
Oh,
called Ghost Whackers.
Birdemic.
Shock
Birdemic,
and
that's another very
terror.
famous one,
Oh,
which there's a
Jesus.
fucking sequel to as well.
Famous? I've never even heard of this shit.
Oh no, this is a lot of videos were made on Birdemic.
Ugh, shit.
McGruff would watch Ghost Whackers. Ghost Whackers seems interesting. I just
That-
wanted to know
that
what
sounds
the
like a
fucking
very-
exorcist.
Very
Yeah,
interesting pornography.
Ghost Whackers 2, Changing Hands. Yeah.
It's just fucking. I wanted to know what the shark exorcist was, because a shark needing an exorcist, or
You're
maybe
just like-
even a shark that was a priest that was also an exorcist.
That would be better
Oh,
movie.
see, that would be
I
a
would watch
kick-ass
that.
movie. A great white shark running around eating demons. Hell yeah.
That's a movie. I'd watch it. It's a movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, wow, that girl in the back, she didn't look very nice, did she?
Velocipaster. You know, it had its own charm,
Velocipaster.
but this is a different kind of flick, I think.
Oh, look at there's the camera guy.
Wait, why was the lady covered in blood
That's
on the
great.
ground? Like
Intent-
the shark
intent.
throw her out of the water?
Look at this
I,
evil
I
shark.
think that was
That's
the
what I
one
would
that
do
was
if I were possessed shark.
killed by
This
someone else.
this looks like a YouTube video.
Yeah, this is.
Now she's
That looks
becoming
like
the
a
shark.
YouTube video, yeah.
Oh, there's the nun.
I don't think this is a movie.
No,
That's
This
behind
is-
the scenes.
This is
that's a
someone's
behind the scenes
Instagram.
shot.
could be.
And they're weird photoshops of their upcoming something. Raiders of the Lost Shark seems like they will go to jail.
I've just found another shark movie. I'm going to read
From
just
the
the
looks of it, there's
storyline.
plenty.
No, I'm just going to read the storyline because this is just fucking crazy. A group of teenage girls summon an ancient man-eating shark after messing with a spirit board that washes up on the beach. An occult specialist must enter the shark's realm to rid the world of this deadly spirit ghost once and for all.
The Shark Realm?
Shark realm.
The fucking Shark Realm.
Shark. And that is Ouija Shark.
Ouija Shark?
Ouija Shark.
What the
In the-
fuck?
In the final days of World War II, a secret experiment to weaponize sharks is shut down and destroyed by the Third Reich. But now, 60 years later, a small ocean town is plagued
Fucking what?
by a bloodthirsty, mysterious creature. One built and reanimated using parts of the greatest killers to ever inhabit the sea. The Sharkenstein monster.
Sharkenstein! Oh, nice!
Holy fuck. What was the one you were talking about called, Kyra? I need to know.
Ouija Shark.
Ouija Shark?
Okay.
Yeah, Ouija Shark.
Yeah, it's this
You
one.
I thought you were making fun of it and calling it that. They actually named
No,
the movie
that's what it's
Ouija
called.
Shark.
Ouija
It
Shark.
came out last year.
Ouija Shark.
Yeah, Ouija Shark came out last year.
Instead of eating people, it pops
Ouija
up on the
shark.
shore and pulls out a Ouija board.
Did you guys see that shit? Am I the only one that's seen that shit in the trailer?
Uh-huh. I seen it.
I was at the beach, and I found this Ouija board in the water.
Not to fool around with those things.
It's just a game, Dad.
Okay, wait. What's that?
No,
Oh, you know what that is.
Sure.
No.
that's the puppeteer.
It's the fucking shark.
At least, I thought it was.
What the hell is going on around here?
Oh my god. Is that a shark?
Oh!
That's something you don't see every day.
I think we somehow
Oh,
summoned it out
fuck.
of the board.
Why would anyone want to summon a shark? made
What?
shit. What the fuck was that?
Did anybody else see the guy?
Doctor Strange?
The guy with the fucking powers?
The fucking Doctor Strange magic circle shit.
Get the Doctor Strange magic circles. What the fuck?
Is this
Really?
gonna end with
I
superpower
thought they
movie?
were. I thought he had Beyblades.
Those look like
You gotta
Beyblades,
go
what the
back.
fuck?
Okay, no, yeah, stop. Why is Kim Jong Un throwing Kamehamehas? What's going
There's a
on?
picture of it in the image
Hey,
gallery.
Why'd she sit
What?
there like that? What? It done ate her face. Oh.
What are you looking for?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking great.
That
Oh,
guy.
fucking-
Fucking state of him. Look at him.
He fucking, hey, you know what? He looks better than the shark. His magic, his Doctor Strange magic looks better than the shark.
Have you ever seen a motherfucker more serious?
That's concentration. That
Oh
right
my
there is
God.
serious concentration.
He's dedicated to the Lord.
He is.
Is that what
Can tell
is
by
that
the
what's
haircut.
happening?
You can tell
Yes.
by the haircut.
He got a monk going on.
This is what that is. This is the Lord.
The Lord.
All right.
Oh, dedicated to the
Lord.
Lord.
And the Lord.
Oh.
Holy moly. That is that's some good acting right there. That's a serious face.
How the fuck do you
It's like
come up with that in particular?
Guy's like, hey, I got a couple of light brights. Let's use them.
I've been high before, but I've never been come up with this high.
It's pretty good shit, isn't it?
A demonic
Oh.
cult has summoned the ultimate beast, Bigfoot, to prowl the mountains and slaughter innocent victims. But when
Oh.
Claude is attacked by the creature, the curse of Bigfoot is passed down to him. Now
Oh, no,
Claude
it's a-
turns into a hairy fanged beast at night, thirsty
he's
for warm blood.
werewolf.
Only the power of a nun-trained in
Werewolf.
exorcism can hope to
No,
save Claude from this
Sharktopus
nightmare.
versus werewolf.
Oh, whale wolf, nice. Sharktopus. Ah, this is fucking
This is the worst.
Oh.
Oh god.
Why the fuck is that even a thing? The only mad scientist, yeah.
What's a whale wolf look like? I don't want to. No, don't
werewolf.
tell. Don't
A
show me. I don't want to
werewolf.
know.
Still better than Godzilla vs.
Werewolf.
King Kong.
Werewolf.
Oh, man. Look at that.
The whale wolf kind of
Werewolf.
looks something. I don't know if that's cool. It exists.
Oh, there you go.
Werewolf.
Oh, ooh, who's got brighter teeth? Oh, look, I didn't know AOC was in the movie.
That's
I got a
me.
Blu-ray release. There you go. That gets a Blu-ray. So
So I guess there's always hope. You know, if we're bored one day, we could always just make a movie.
I don't know if anybody should
Why
do
is
that. I think they
Police
should be
Academy
discouraged.
even in this genre? What do you mean more like this? Police
What the hell is
Academy is
Police
not
Academy?
like this. Police Academy is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm
See?
with Akujin on this one.
See what happened?
Even if it wasn't amazing, it's better than this.
She-Rex. Oh Lord. She-Rex.
You ever seen She-Rex?
I have not seen She-Rex.
yeah. That's something.
I'm guessing.
It's
Wow.
like there was another movie. I can't remember the fucking name of it, but it was a buddy cop movie with Whoopi Goldberg and a dinosaur.
Oh, get the fuck.
I saw it when I was a kid.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
remember
sounds
it being
weird.
very good, but I remember it existed.
That's all that counts.
Yeah. It's a thing. I don't know why, but it's a thing. They never really explain the lore or why anybody is okay with hanging out with dinosaurs. All of that is irrelevant. None of it's really brought up or dwelled on too much. But yeah, it's a buddy cop movie where she's hanging out with a dinosaur.
You got a dinosaur just hanging out with you,
And that's the movie.
solving crimes.
Yeah. That's how that worked.
Wow.
Don't know why. It's just how it is. What does that say, Sharkula?
2.
Sharkula!
Oh, nice.
Whoa!
Count
Sharkula 2.
Sharkula.
Okay, I'm gonna go and get a little bit more water, and then we're moseying to the end. I'm getting water, and then we're moseying because Sharkula, that might be the line. So
Raiders
get
of
out the
Lost
rest of
Ark.
your shark puns. I'll be back in.
Man.
The curse of Count Dracula lives on in shark-infested waters, claiming the lives of a tourist community. Sea hunt for the species results in monsters, madness, and bloodshed.
Hey, there
Great
you go.
White is putting the bite back into terror. It has help with the aid of new vampires intent on seeing it survive.
Well, there you go.
You know the Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf?
Oh God, what happened?
It's actually part of a longer series of films.
Oh no.
Well, yeah,
No.
because
There are multiple Sharktopus films.
There are
I
Sharktopus.
imagine because it was up to Sharktopus to stop Whale Wolf, so obviously Sharktopus is a
Hmm.
pre-established character.
So he's like Godzilla.
There's the Sharktopus, and there's Sharktopus versus Terracuda.
Terracuda. Oh, that ain't right.
PTERA.
That just ain't right.
Two-headed shark attack. Oh god.
Nice.
Five-headed shark attack.
Oh, what? The Hydra shark. It's just not right. On so many different levels, it's just not right. And all these movies go to show the dangers of the internet.
And apparently the ocean.
And the ocean, and every place in between.
Five-headed sharks.
Especially all that ocean property in the middle of Tennessee.
Oh god, six-headed shark attack. What the f...
Oh God! Every sequel, it gets a new head.
Yeah. I've not found a four-headed shark attack, but there's definitely 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Nice.
They just skipped one.
Yeah, maybe they skipped one. Maybe 4 just wasn't enough.
And they went to 5. Five-headed
They went
shark
to
attack.
5.
4 isn't enough.
You asked for it, you got it.
Alright, check this out.
Uh-oh.
New idea for a movie. Shark Clown.
Dark clown?
Yeah.
Is it the clownfish?
No, it's a shark. But it's a clown.
The great white clown.
Ugh. That could be scary.
People
And
are
all kinds
afraid of
of
sharks, right? And clowns.
That's true. Yeah. Shark clown.
Shark Clown.
I feel like this is legitimately the way Stephen King comes up with movies.
He watches Sharkula.
Well,
No, I think he just throws random shit at the wall and so
Yeah.
it comes up with.
No, if Stephen King wrote this, the shark would be an alcoholic, and there would also be
there'd be some projection going on.
Yeah, there would also be a child writer who saves the day.
There you go.
That's how you know King wrote it.
Akujin, look at some of the fucking images in this gallery I just sent you. Some of them are fucking bad.
I don't know whether I want to do this.
You want.
Alright.
Uh-oh. Shark. 6-headed shark attack. Don't mix the 6. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Looks like a ShamWow with teeth.
Oh, it's sneaking right up on them. They're not even suspecting it.
They just didn't suspect you didn't fucking shower.
They're too busy kissy moochy. Oh,
How
God.
did they not notice that in the back? What the fuck?
Well. Oh, that poor guy. Oh, God. Oh, that one's laughing. Ha 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 ha. Surprise. Oh, shit. Thanks for the ride. Oh, there we
That's
go.
actually a
Serious
good
moment.
shot.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you got to go now.
What the fuck is that?
This is 6-headed shark. Oh, look. They got his hands and his feet. That's brilliant. It's like a starfish with attitude.
Starfish with attitude.
I guess so. Why is this design?
Because obviously, one head was not enough.
Yeah.
But is
It has
it
to be able to
like
bite you from any angle.
At any time.
whatever? Okay.
6-headed shark attack.
Yeah. That's it. Go ahead, and then
ShamWow.
fucking shuriken.
It's a sham. It's a ShamWow with teeth.
Shark Rukin.
Yeah.
A shark rookin. Oh.
Alright. Just a little reminder before we go. The internet is 100% not rotting your mind. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
That image proves it.
Shark kill.